Okay, welcome back, everybody. This is the Virlinia 2 campaign. This is session number 20. This is the whole year into it. We have one new player joining us today, which is Will. Everybody say hi to Will.
I will.
And
Will.
and last time, our party was investigating the appearance of a Fey carousel in the arts district of the city of Zadaxi, where they were clobbering meddlesome rum gremlins whenever they appeared. But it was a troubling, terrifying troll that had trod behind Monsieur Malraday's mansion and scared off the party, who are currently rousing from a short rest at the Black Arms Tavern in a room arranged by local guard Cameron. The party, an hour ago, had given Cameron the weenie baby they had found in Hazelward Village, as well as the bottle of kife that they had found inside of it. It's nearing nighttime. The late summer sun has already set, and now looking out the stone window of a brothel bedroom in the Black Arms, sitting on a large four-poster bed, is our barbarian hero, Olena, smelling of a mixture of beer and kife on her brand new outfit. And pondering what to do, sitting alongside her are her adventuring mates, Aisling, the druid, and Milo, the paladin. Olena is mulling the fact that it's past 8 p.m., and less than an hour away from the Joke-Off Festival, which is happening at the Mighty Quill tavern in the University Village District, Zadaxi. So that's where we're going to pick up.
Okay, so we are in one district. We need to go to another district. We've lost our jokester. This is Emily, just thinking about where we are. We haven't slept in what feels like days.
You can roleplay it too.
We haven't slept in what feels like days.
That was a great transition.
Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate it. So we want to go to Joke-Off, come back, sleep. I think we could probably keep this room if I ask nicely.
Oh, I think I'm just gonna snooze a bit. I'm pretty tapped from, killing all those things.
Do you want to stay in the room while we go to Joke-Off?
Yeah, if you don't mind. Just make a lot of noise if you need me.
But we're going to be very far away, so I really hope we don't need you.
Okay, well.
I could also carry you on my back, and you could just snooze on my back like a baby.
I suppose. If the gods of DM allow it. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna fashion a baby sling to put a grown gnome in. What are you? Are you a gnome?
I'm a halfling then.
Sorry, I apologize.
So Milo's going to scrunch up his halfling body so it's tight enough to actually help you lift him up. So could you make an athletics check with advantage because Milo's helping you?
God, I can do that.
In a baby sling.
His red hair.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, it's enough. So you're able to kind of walk around. It's a little like loosey-goosey. It's not totally tight, this sling, but because Milo is gripping onto you, you are able to walk around with this like halfling attached to your
All right, don't choke
shoulders.
me. Don't choke me. Okay, thank you. All right, Aisling, how are you feeling? You look a little green.
I'm fantastic. I feel great. I feel refreshed. I feel
Ready to laugh?
I feel like that is. We have this saying in the land that I'm from that why go to a doctor because you should just eat an apple and laugh a day and then you're sick, not anymore. It's a very long.
That's an interesting saying. I've never heard that before.
It's very good. Laughter is the best medicine.
I have heard that one actually. Yes.
That's not a saying. The saying is, why be sick because you can eat an apple and go to the doctor and then laugh a day?
I think it changed from the last time you said it.
It didn't.
Okay. Well. Roll for deception? No. Alright, well.
Oh no, that's one of my good ones.
Just immediately fake me out. We're in the Black Arms, right? Yes.
Currently, yeah.
So can I find Beth with Milo on my back? I assume we're leaving. I'm going to find Beth and ask her if we can keep this room.
So one thing that you noticed when you walk upstairs to this bedroom is that Beth was not working at the Black Arms. However, you do recall, Milo does recall that this guard working in Zadash, Cameron, was the one who was arranging this room for you all, so you do have it for the rest of the evening.
Oh, perfect. Okay. You know, Patrick has the great memory. I have maybe the worst memory of all time because I don't really take good notes. I just sort of doodle. We gave away all of the kife that we have, or do we still have one bottle?
I think we have a bottle.
I think you have one bottle.
But it's not the proof bottle from the town that we were in.
That was
I
that
definitely
weenie
remember
baby kife was given to Cameron.
Okay.
And the
I'm
assumption
muttering
is
in my sleep as my
Okay.
weenie baby Cameron.
and we know that Cameron drank that kife, right? Cameron did not take that back to the police station. Cameron is weird. Something's wrong with Cameron, right? We don't trust him.
I mean, I don't really trust anybody anymore, but
He doesn't know how old he is. He's 12, plus also sometimes 15, but also sometimes 20.
where are you getting this information? Because I don't remember this at all.
It happened.
Oh,
You were sick that day. Your voice was off. It happened. Maybe your memory is fuzzy.
that could be it. That definitely could be it. Okay, well, if he drank it, at least we have another bottle. We do need to go. Where are my notes? Oh, there they are. It's on the page. We do need to go see, what, Monsieur Tortellini and Madame Cataloni to make sure that they vote yes for the kife task force. But I imagine if they're voting no, that they're probably, part of the business. So,
Well, I think Tortellini is a maybe, so he's still convincible.
okay. I have Titiano as a yes. Lawson is also a yes. I have a blank yes, a Cataloni no, and a maybe that is also blank, because I'm really, really good at this. We also know that Tortellini bought a jade pendant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's all I got.
We have the same note taker.
Oh, God.
But I do have a drawing of a tattoo.
Oh, that's exciting. What is it?
An arrow and a circle on the lady that made your ugly clothes. They used to be pretty, but maybe you need to shower with your clothes.
Yeah, can I maybe try, as we were short resting, to spot treat my clothing?
Yeah,
I
we could say
just
that.
bought this dress.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
You got
spritz
some of the
myself
beers.
with a little lavender essence.
Yeah. So some of the smell is gone. It's still there. You can detect it, but you were able to get some of it off.
Yeah, we're in the city. Everything smells here. There's no sewer system in fantasy. Zadash. Okay. Let's go. Do we have a key to the room? Well, make sure we take the key with us.
Cameron would have given the key to Milo, so Milo would have the key to the bedroom.
Can't get it without waking me up, so good luck with that.
Okay, I'll just pat him on your little
Sounds
head.
like a challenge.
Oh. Except you're
I'm
very
very
short
tiny.
and I'm very tall. Yes, so it really won't be working. All right, let's go.
The party makes their way downstairs to the ground floor of the Black Arms, where you notice there's not as many people there as there were a moment ago. Zahis, your bartender buddy, is behind the bar, kind of looking at you, shaking. You can see he's shaking his head at you, Elena. And under his breath, he's muttering something about you and your new adventuring friends. But all of you are kind of noticing there's not as many people here, not as many guards as used to be here, and it's relatively quiet for a weekend at the Black Arms.
Is that a pig in the upper left
That is a
corner?
pig. Mm-hmm.
Is there just a pig at a table?
There's a pig that's kind of like sleeping next to a pile of partially eaten parsnips.
Do I think that he's going to be slaughtered for the next meal?
Make an insight check.
Okay. 3.
3. Elena, you're fairly sure you have seen this pig before, but you feel like you need to have a conversation with Zahis to know what's really going on with that swine.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. And is anybody looking at us suspiciously or anything?
Right now, only the bartender seems to be paying much attention to.
Okay. Maybe I will point at the pig and go, "Why is there a pig?"
Zahis nods and says,
I'm
"Yes,
passing.
yes, Miss Lena. What can I do for you this
Just
evening?"
wondering about the pig that's in your establishment. Does that like pass the health code standards or?
Yes, he's my pet.
Okay.
We're trying to be more environmentally sound, so I use him to eat the dinner.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, compost. I can't do that, Becca. I'm so sorry. Who's that?
Well-
Who's Becca?
Well, Svinia is sleeping right now. You could wake him up later or tomorrow, but is there anything I can help you with?
I look at Aisling. I don't think so.
Do you the expertise of your bartending skills that I can obviously tell that you have? We need something that is little and cheap and will make us funny and or make us think other people are funny.
Yes, I have some cider I can sell you. Virlinian cider, the sharpest apples in the land. We use a blend of red and green apples. Spice it with some cinnamon and cloves. I think you'll find it quite refreshing.
I'll look to Alina. I know I'm new here. In my world, sharp apples mean someone has put razor blades in the apples for the children. It's a joke. Is that
Good
what it
Lord.
means here?
No, that's horrifying. It just means it's a crisp taste of apples. Are you
Oh.
okay?
I'm great.
Okay. We'll take. How much is the bottle?
12 silvers, madam.
Sure. Here, have these.
Well, do you want to feel funny? I think you each need a bottle. That I should sell you 3.
Well, he's asleep, so he's not participating. Also, he'll probably think everything's funny anyway. He's nice like that.
Zahis kind of leans in a little bit and says, "I let your friend in without any complaints. You should definitely buy some cider for him."
Now, what would you have done if you hadn't have let him in? I'm curious to know.
Call the
I'll crack my
guards.
knuckles.
Call the guards.
Oh, the guards. That's so nice.
And his
isn't
fangs
it?
start to drip a little bit of something liquidy,
Ooh.
venomous.
Yeah, you're drooling a little bit. Take this gold. I'll hand him 1 gold. I don't need your cider, unless Aisling, you want the cider.
I mean, I'll take a
figured I would
cider.
just give this one to
We
you.
don't just give people money, especially, what was your name again? Karen?
His name's Zahis, but that was a very good
Zahis.
joke.
Zahis.
We will take a cider.
Yes. Come on.
Yeah, that'll be 12
Go.
silver.
With the gold that I just gave you.
Mhm.
No, well, 1 gold is 10 silvers. You need to pay more. You're buying 3 bottles from me, yes?
I'm buying 2 bottles from you.
1 bottle.
I already have a bottle, so that's the second bottle. It's 2 total.
He takes 24 silver from you, or 2.5 golds, and
Okay.
says, "We'll see you later tonight."
I don't
Don't
like
be-
you. I'm going to say that right here, right now. I don't like you. You're happy. You should be happy that you're behind this bar right now. Because if I met you out in a back alley, I'd slit your throat. Okay, let's go.
The party makes their way out of the Black Arms into the streets of Zadash.
Sorry,
And-
Aisling. I really do think he's part of the kife trade, and I just don't like him.
Well, maybe we can send him to the brothel and he will be in a much better mood after that.
That is true. We could take over at the bar and probably do a much better job at the customer service.
We could get Jess. It'd be like a promotion for
That is
Jess.
true. All right, let's joke away.
What's the... Oh, I say this wrong all the time in real life. Not open carry.
I say that too.
That's guns.
Yeah.
With
it
alcohol?
is.
What
Yeah,
is that?
so in
alcohol
Boston,
carry?
you can't have an open glass on the streets. That's like a law
Open
because we're
container.
Puritan here. Open container. Container
Open
laws?
container. There we go.
Yeah, you're not aware of any laws against drinking openly on the streets of Zadash.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, and it's wrapped up in, it's swaddled. It's a swaddled fart.
Oh, God. My
Milo
back
seems
is
to be-
so warm.
It's like a heater.
I don't need a jacket. I just have Milo tooting on me. Okay.
And we're going to what? The Mighty Quill?
you're going to the Mighty Quill.
Yes. In University Village. We're currently in what? Lambtown?
You're currently in Mariner Town, walking
Mariner
to
Town.
University Village. Okay.
Okay.
So the party makes their way to the pretty raucous University Village. There are tons of university students hanging about, drinking in the streets. Some of them are dancing in unison with one another. There are lots of people on the street with like unicycles and skateboards and things like this. There's a lot of like youth from the university who are enjoying their time in University District. And there are tons of lanterns and candles that are lit around the Mighty Quill. None of you have ever seen it quite so busy before. You can even hear clapping and singing and glasses clinking from outdoors. There's kind of a heavyset guard with looks like his arms folded. He's got a white beard, kind of like a Santa Claus look about him, and looks at the group, looks at Milo sleeping, and says, "Tickets, please."
Oh, do we have those? I can't remember anymore. I think so,
Well-
because Siri was going to participate. Our friend is actually participating in this.
Oh, well, I need to see your tickets. It's and if you don't have it on you, it's 3 silvers each.
I remember us getting tickets.
Let me see if we have tickets.
Okay.
I don't think the party ever bought tickets. I think
Yeah.
you.
I didn't realize it was a ticketed event.
Let me see if we have tickets.
I mean, this is the annual joke off at Zadash. You need a ticket. We're
You're
running out of
going
seats
to
in there.
Steal someone's tickets, Aisling? Is that what's happening?
I flash my faceless man business card.
Okay.
I flashed the guard.
Okay.
I flash Milo's like fart smell.
Knocks him
So,
out.
so you flash the business card, Aisling?
Yeah, I just like like a cool kid who has it between 2 fingers.
This heavyset man with a white beard looks down the card. You see a flash of recognition across his face as you show the card, and he says, "Oh, welcome back then.
Thank you.
I still need to see your tickets, but the Mighty Quill is very glad to see you again."
And so that's a discount at least, yeah?
No, you don't have the level clearance with that card.
Okay.
What about
you
this
don't-
card?
Dude, you
I
have the
also
same
have-
exact card.
Yep.
Oh, we do? Okay, never mind.
But what if there's 2 of us
We're back to back.
and a
Tall,
baby?
short, and a baby.
That's 9 silvers for the lot of
Do I
you.
have to? Okay, well, see, he's gonna be asleep the entire time, so he's not even going to be a patron. Do I have to buy a ticket for him?
Yes,
I can't
because
sleep at all
where
back
are
here.
you?
It has been
yeah.
so loud the whole time.
So sorry. I just have a naturally loud persona.
It smells terrible.
Yeah, it's your fucking fault. I put on perfume and everything. Okay.
Well, the perfume was nice at first, and then it just started mixing with the farts, and oh my god, now I can't sleep. I can't get out of here though. I'm too rattled.
Well, I'll tell you what. I do see that you have a nice bottle of cider on you. I'll take that from you and let you all in.
No, this cider was 1,400 gold pieces and a horrible bartender. Here are 9 silver pieces.
Okay, he takes the silver pieces from you and lets you in.
I'll hand you 3, I think, for my share.
Just trying to get out of the swaddle. Still.
Oh, I'll unswaddle you. And then, like, air out my dress.
You actually had him swaddled upside down, so it was just his butt by your face the whole time.
Oh god, there's so many people in here.
The party enters the Mighty Quill, and it is enormously packed.
Oh, it's
The Quill,
totally
as you know, has about 10 wooden tables and dozens of stools lining the barroom floor. Pretty much all of the wooden seats built into the perimeter walls are taken, as are most of the seats by the bartender, Garmel Diggelstein, who's currently serving customers on the westernmost side of the room. In front of you, in the center of the pub, is a small lit fire pit, which is built into the floor, surrounded by a circle of stones and chairs filled with patrons, including the handsome town councilman, Tiziano Feinberg Farfalli, who's sitting next to his pit bull Labrador puppy mix, Bucatini. On Tiziano's right, you can see several young women are trying to get his attention. And they're kind of like fanning themselves and preening themselves as they're kind of like reaching out and trying to engage him in conversation. There are almost no seats left when you walk in, but you recognize many of the patrons of the Quill tonight. For example, at the bar in the western side of the room sit the sailor Ephraim Wake, the grizzled old human, and his girlfriend Aurora, his pale-faced, dark-haired tiefling girlfriend. And they're sitting close to Ben, the wrinkly old sailor from Malumisto pub. So clearly, the Quill is drawing people from all over Zadash. Garmo, the bartender, is very busy behind the bar. He's got his sleeves rolled up. You can see his tattoo, indicating that he's a member of the local calligraphers guild. But he seems to have new help, carrying plates and mugs and serving customers. And that help is in the form of 3 identical male triplets that the party had met earlier from the swampy village of Mlashna. 3 chubby-faced, rosy-cheeked boys with like reddish blonde hair.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
From the health department, part of me, are they old enough to be working in the bar?
Yeah, it seems like anything goes in Mighty Quill. Spread throughout the crowd in the eastern part of the room, you see another couple of characters that you've met before. There is a smiling, sort of chubby, green-skinned half-orc baker named Fatal Ray, and you can see her selling slices of cake and fried dough balls dusted in casting sugar. You can see sitting in the corner, very still, is the skinny and sullen Rana Delhay, who you had met from Lashna village. She's kind of blank-faced, stroking her hair, not really paying attention to the music of the people around her. She kind of seems like she's in her own world.
Entrails over the city.
Very, very good. I'm so close to giving you inspiration for that.
Wait till I start telling jokes.
On the eastern side of the wall, on the eastern wall sits Mr. Ernie Tortellini, the leader of the Order of the Nib. He's surrounded by people dressed in relatively fine clothing. He seems to have command of the attention of all the ale drinkers at his table. And rather curiously, sitting near Ernie Tortellini is the mayor of Hazelward, Senor Schlafty. And Senor Schlafty is carrying a large tabby cat on his arm, and you can tell Senor is sneezing into his fist and into his beard and into his beer. Standing next to Senor Schlafty is a woman wearing her long dark hair in a beehive. She has a dazzling pearl necklace and a fancy pink boa on, while she's drinking a very large glass of local Zadash China wine. This woman's name is Olivia Winedrinker. In front of the fire pit where Tiziano is sitting is a small center stage, and on stage is a heavy-set red-brown bearded man with face tattoos and dark sunglasses. He's kind of got like purple clothing. He's wearing fancy purple clothing, and he's strumming a fancy lute. Painted on the lute is a dragon over the sound hole of the instrument. And you recognize this person as the local bard, Groovy Jams. With a plaintive, earnest voice, he's singing a song that the people in the front row and people sitting around him are singing along to.
There are a lot of people.
I have a list if you want to hear my list.
No, I just wrote down the ones. Lana Del Rey is here.
And Rachel Faye. Rachel Ray?
Rachel Ray.
Is it Rachel Ray? Okay.
I don't know who that is.
No. I was just thinking if you were swapping them, or you were just keeping Ray as the last name, and I was like, okay. I couldn't tell you.
Wine drinker, Olivia, is that what we said? Is that the one who we got really mad at the bar and we blew her skirts up and chased her out?
What did you do while I was sick?
I think you were here for that. I think that was session 1. My session 1. But she's related to Grayson in some way, right? Okay. And then do we see, or can I look around and see if Gilmore, Zier, or any of the Weens are here?
So it's very crowded in here, and you're also not the tallest. You might need to flap those wings a little bit to get a better view. I'm gonna have
I'll flutter up a little bit so I can kind of get a.
I'm gonna have you make a perception check, actually.
25.
25. There is somebody in the bar from Hazelwood that you recognize, sitting near the steps that are going upstairs. So this woman is sitting about 40 feet north of you, near the stage. You recognize this person as a resident of Hazelwood, but you don't know her name. Might be worthwhile to talk to.
Okay.
Milo, what are you doing? And Elena, what are you doing?
I'm looking around for Siri.
Siri?
Yeah,
Could you also
I'm
make a
keeping
perception
an eye
check?
out too. But I'll
Okay,
probably
could
go
you
over to Aurora and chat with Aurora because we know her.
Could you both make a perception check?
Yeah.
5.
Oh, I
5.
also rolled a 5. Wait, what's my perception? Oh, 5.
Both of you are not catching any sign of Siri. You might want to talk to a few folks to see if you can find out some more information.
Is Siri's friend from the God, I wish I was better at this.
Oh, I forgot the end.
Yeah.
The little head.
The pillow.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that I all of my campaigns are mixed up, so I don't know who's who or what's what or where's from what. Yeah, her friend from the little head, who has a cowboy accent, cowgirl.
So you already made a perception check, and you didn't see
fine.
Siri or anyone connected to Siri.
That's fine.
So you need to ask around, I think.
Okay.
The three of you walk in, and you do notice that there's a single table, like 15 feet away from you, that seems to be the only table that doesn't have anybody sitting around it. And sitting in front of that table, you see a curious figure wearing bard's clothing, speaking to a very tall woman who immediately recognizes you, Elena. She stands up. She's about 6 foot tall. She has long dark hair. She has long gem-studded earrings that hang like steel rods, and like a sort of green floral pattern on her leather armor. She's got tattoos on her fists, very interesting tattoos. As she stands up, her hair kind of falls down, and she kind of shouts at you over the loud noise of the pub. Hey, look what cat dragged in. My beautiful honey-haired rival, Olena Kitz. I saved you
Fuck is
and
that?
your friends these little stools for your little bony bodies to sit down. Come join.
Great accent, first of all, Matt. Second of all, who is this and what's her name?
This is your so
Aisling will be right
Sounds
back.
good. Sounds good. All right. Be careful. Have fun. Yes. Okay.
I have to go take the dog for a walk.
Okay. We have a dog?
It's another saying. I'll teach it to you later.
Okay, that sounds good.
Oksana looks over at you and your two new friends, and she's kind of scratching her hair, and she says, "What with you, woman? What you do with two shorties with red hair? You become princess? I haven't seen you 1 week, and now you dripping in diamonds and wedding proposals."
Oksana, I have always been dripping in diamonds and wedding proposals. I am a cat. My God, woman. I'll give her a big hug. Come, Milo, Aisling, Oksana.
She gives you she nods at everybody. She gives you a hug, and she withdraws a small package wrapped in paper, and she hands it to you, Olena, and she says, "Nice to breathe you again."
Is this cheese?
It's
Did you just hand me cheese?
Yeah, she just gave you cheese.
Oksana, you need to work on it. We're workshopping, you know? You're getting there.
It's always cheddar to give than to receive.
Okay, so great. Haha. So proud of you. What have you been doing this past week? Where have you been? I haven't seen you around, have I?
Oh, you know there's new fight next week. You coming? You coming to watch or you coming to fight, woman?
You know, I'm not sure what our schedule is like. It really depends. But I hope to be there, either to fight or to watch. I'll have to. What day is it on?
It's in 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
At night.
Yeah.
Come along.
Girly, I know the protocol. I understand. But also, I'm going to bring my friends because they would have a good time, I think.
Bring your short friends. It's okay. You know, seeing your smile, it's a very good sign. I will see you in a few days.
You said you saved these seats for us? When are we going to begin soon, you think? I'm sorry. My name is Olena. I'll reach out to the small bird person.
Yes. So, small bird person, could you introduce yourself, describe what you look like and what you're doing at this moment?
Describe our characters too. You already did with my
Yeah, so definitely just another small person. So
God damn it!
About 3 foot tall, definitely very Raven-esque, but like pure snow white feathers and kind of pinkish red eyes, dressed very flamboyantly, gem colored clothing and a jaunty little hat on top of their head, and like it kind of glitters when the firelight hits them, and just turns to you and says, "Hello, friends. It's so great to see you and to be able to meet a friend of Oksana's. My name is Duck. Pleasure to meet you. And you said your name was Elena?"
Sorry, I'm crying. That's so cute. Okay. Yes, Olena Kids. Been in the city for a while. You're very short. Why is everyone around me always so short?
I do apologize. Here, maybe this will help, and I'll climb up on top of the table.
Oh, yes, no, but also make yourself comfortable. Really, it's okay. I'm used to it. Milo here and Aisling, Milo Goldfoot of the Goldfoot family. We are the Virlinian vanguard. Though there are fewer of us than there have been in this last several weeks. We're looking for our friend Siri, who is a bard herself. So if you see anybody who's sort of willowy with dark, I can't remember what Siri looks like, with white hair, let us know. With white hair?
I don't know if I've heard of anyone by that name. Hey, Siri, are you here?
Boo!
Hello, Siri. I can't seem to find her. I do apologize.
It's okay, you tried, and that's all that matters. Don't worry
I'm
about
not sure I understand. Is there something else I can help with?
I found her.
Yeah.
I found her. She's over there.
Great timing. Okay. But yes, are either of you competing? I know, Oksana, of course, you've been working on your jokes. They're getting better. Butter. We're getting butter if we want to keep on the dairy theme.
Wow, much better, Olena. So one of the three triplets walks up to the table and with big childlike eyes, he's carrying a tray in one hand and puts the tray on the table. He's got both palms standing in front of him, one palm facing up, one palm facing down.
D-Day.
This little boy flips both of his hands over, and he looks up at you and says, "D-Day."
D-Day, how are you? Where is your father? Are you guys, you moved here?
Oh, we don't talk about him. Are you hungry tonight?
I'm sorry.
Would you like
It's
some?
been like 2 days. What do you mean you don't talk about him?
Would you like some pizza? That's what Garmo calls them. It's cheesy flatbreads. There's a lot of cheese, mushrooms. Would you like a piece of pizza? 4 coppers a slice.
Oh, sure.
Thank you, sir. And he gives you a slice on a linen napkin.
Do you have any non-dairy options?
We have one with mushrooms and basil with olive
That sounds
oil.
great. I'll take one of those.
Okay, four coppers, Mister.
Oh, God. Yeah, okay. Can I just look around? Whoa, can I have a stroke? Can I look around and see if I see their dad anywhere?
Yeah, make another perception check.
Maybe I'll roll better this time. Docked. Not
How
docked.
tall
Much
is,
better.
like, the cherub-looking things, like the person that came over. Oh, how what do they like? They look like? Are they like shorter? Or do they look like little infants?
They look like they're about 9-10 years old. They're taller than you, but shorter than the other adults at the table. Like reddish brown hair. They are dressed identically and they look identical to one another.
Can I squat down as is it Elena is looking just look right in the eye of the chair and say, "You are strange looking. You are weird." I'll just do this.
So
You creep me out, actually. Why are there 3 of you?
A second triplet walks up to the table, stands next to his brother, puts his palms out front, flips them over, and says, "D-Day,
D-Day.
Are you competing in the joke-off tonight? Do you have a team?"
Can I just opposite hands, just put my hands over theirs, one underneath and one on top, and say, "B-Bay."
The little boy takes his hands back and
I
says,
slap him.
You slap them. He says he then, after you slap him, he puts both of his hands out, palms out, face up, and he says, "Meester, do you have a copper? Thank you."
I'll give him a button.
A button. He looks at it, looks at you, smiles, and runs away. Meanwhile, his other identical brother is looking at you, saying, "Do you have a team name? Are you playing the joke off tonight?"
Oh, I don't joke. I'm not the joker.
Everybody else is. He drops a scroll on the table. You can see there are fill in the blanks all over it, as well as a black crayon. It says, "Write your team name on the front." As the little boy drops it down, Oksana looks at you and says, "Hey, what do you think, woman? We join forces. We will have a fighting chance."
I hate it here. Okay, Milo. How
Milo's
jokey are you feeling?
Milo's just checking the list for that guy who he tried to punch in the second or first episode.
Make sure
he
he's
won the
not
joke
there.
off the last year. He's just looking for
Make
that
a
name.
perception check, Milo. Yeah.
Perception 14.
14. Okay. So you're looking for a character wearing eyeglasses named Dr. Beans, who was the winner of last year's joke. And at this moment, Milo, you don't see anybody that resembles Dr. Beans.
They're not even signed into the joke off on the list.
You're not aware of such a name on the list.
Okay. Milo's just gonna like hit the table like, damn
I
it.
know like one joke, and I really can't remember it.
I'm just.
Sorry. Side note. Sideguard? Where am I?
Oksana looks over at you and says, This person, Duck very smart. Duck works at university.
Oh, you work at the university. Where? What department?
Well, you know, it's in a building and it's over yonder, maybe that place. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere.
Absolutely. I'll wink at Duck. Do we want to join this joke off? Milo, how jokey are you feeling? Do you think you could do it? Do you think you could throw down?
I've never been the joking type. I kind of just find funny things happen to me. I'm not a funny person.
I really feel that on a spiritual level, actually.
When you both kind of express this kind of unwillingness or like, you know, not sure if you're going to participate, Oksana stands up and points at Duck and says, Duck, inspire us. Do something. Make them happy.
I will use a bardic inspiration and I will put it onto Milo. I say, Milo, my friend, I don't know you from anyone, but you know, hey, if you put it out there, it's gonna work. It's gonna be okay. I think you can do this.
Oh, all right, Duck. If you say so. I only just met you, but the belief in me is.
Oh, is this the first time anybody's ever believed in you, Milo? Not saying that I don't. I'm just wondering.
Dad wasn't too kind. Mom kind of died. So no, not really.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh, that's dark, real fast. Anyways, so hey, I've heard that the best comics come from the darkest places.
Okay. And then Milo will just sign his name on the little thing with the crayon.
And I'm curious, what team name is Milo writing down on the form?
Milo and the Goldfoots.
Milo and the Goldfoots. Okay.
Sounds like a great band.
Okay, so these three kind of triplet boys are circulating among the crowd, passing out these sign-in forms, explaining the rules to everybody. On the stage, standing next to Groovy Jams, you can see a young woman with large blue eyes. She has cherry blonde hair, kind of in a bob, very prominent lipstick, a blue dress that flares out, that has white lace kind of trim, white socks that go up to her thighs, and crimson colored slippers. And she's kind of waving her palms to get the crowd to applaud as Groovy Jams ends his song. And she says, as the crowd is sort of clapping as he wraps up his song, the woman introduces herself and says, we love a bard. Make sure to tip Mr. Jams on the way out. Once again, my name is Alice Trebek, and in just a little bit, we are going to officially welcome you to this year's Zadash Joke Off. Please do well by Garmo and order your ale and beer and wine and whiskey. Tonight, it is time to get risky, so tip your servers. Make your glasses clink. No need to think. Just down that drink. All right, y'all. Up next, before the joke off, let me introduce you all to a bard from Southern Virlinia, the lady in the hat, here to sing some down south homegrown diddle with a fiddle. This is Mayim Bach Majuuk Underwood. And Alice points at this large kind of dragonboard woman wearing a vest that you don't quite know how she got on because her arms are really short, and she's wearing a cowboy hat. And she steps on the stage, and Groovy steps off the stage, and she starts singing to the crowd some sort of country music. Oksana looks over at Olena and her friends and says, "Oh, Milo, Mr. Wine. You know, wine and cheese go good together." And she kind of grins. She kind of grins at you, and points to the package of cheese she gave to Olena earlier.
You want this cheese? Okay, yeah. All right. You can just take the whole thing.
Milo, it's actually
It's
delicious.
brie too, so he's just walking around with the melting brie.
Yeah, it's creamy and it's kind of dissolving a little bit into your hand, but it's actually very delicious. It has all the dairy notes that you've been looking for. It's lovely.
Well, this is real good. Thank you.
Oksana nods and says, you have good friend. You have good taste in friend. You hang with Olena, Miss Ketsk.
He's just gonna keep the cheese palmed and keep walking around the tavern looking for that guy he tried to punch. Just doing that.
So the three little boys are all circulating. You can see that they're taking notes on all the people participating in the joke-off. So it looks like pretty much every table has a brown scroll of paper and a different team name. And they brought all the papers back to Garmo, who's working behind the bar. Standing on stage, the host, Alice, says, all right, it's all right, Virlinians. It's time for me to get you in the mood before the first event. So I have to tell you some stand-up jokes. And whoever laughs will get a free drink. And she kind of winks when she says this. I hope these jokes go over well. And she rubs her palms. She says, hey, everybody, what's 9 feet long, has 6 legs, and flies? And the crowd is like kind of chuckling and giggling, and there's like a murmur, but nobody's really saying anything.
And,
What's 9 feet long, has 6 legs, and flies?
Can Duck use prestidigitation just to make cricket sounds? Like very loud cricket sounds?
Oh, harsh.
Alice can hear those sounds, and Alice says, 3 dead halflings. No?
Slam the table and stand up offended and act like I'm just walking away. Really, I'm just looking for that guy still.
As you stand up, Alice shouts at you, oh, I'm sorry, I guess that was too close to your religion as a joke. That was a clerical error.
That was too short-sighted.
He's not a cleric, you asshole.
Damn it, I was going to say short-sighted.
Hey, are you making fun of his height?
Yes, he's my friend. I can do that.
She huffs and says, 2 gnolls are sitting in the woods eating lunch. One says, boy, I hate my wife. The other one says, then just eat the salad.
This is real bad. I say that.
Okay, I guess it's time for our first event. And
That was funny.
everybody at the other tables, you can see they're like huddling and they have their piece of paper out. And she says, you all know, Virlinians, the first event is rude limericks. For every one you get right, the table gets free shots. I'm going to read you a limerick. You have to fill in the blank. The rosy-haired boys, the friendly-looking ones, are going to check your answers, and if you get it right, you'll get some free shots. Here's the first one. There once was a dwarf and a dragon. The beast's bollocks hung deep in a flagon. The dwarf had a snicker and said, mate, let's not bicker. I have to wheel mine in...
Flagon.
So Olena whispers, okay.
Are we writing it? We have to write it
Other
down?
tables are also whispering and writing things down.
Am I on my own
There's a
table
lot of
by
like
myself?
giggling.
No, you're with us. We just can't move you, I think, is the issue.
Has Milo seen the person yet? Dr. Beans?
You have not seen Dr. Beans yet.
Damn
Where did
it!
Paul go? He's too short. I can't find him.
Just see little flakes of red every now and then behind people.
Right. It's bright red.
So all the tables are kind of murmuring and they're laughing and they're kind of, some people are scratching their heads. And you can see some people are kind of leaning back as if they were proud that they got the answer. Oksana leans over and says, is this correct?
Is
Why
this
would a
correct?
dwarf have a wagon, though?
His balls are so big that he has to carry them in the wagon. That's the whole point.
But shouldn't he be in like a mining cart?
That would be pretty funny, but that doesn't rhyme.
Shouldn't he be in a hospital?
Yes.
Maybe he should go to the Black Arms.
Oh, okay. Yes. I don't know why I even asked, really, at that point.
I think the one that you started, Elena. You're tied to it somehow.
Alice pauses and says, all tables, you have just a few seconds left to write in your answers. Good luck.
Is Milo close to Ernie Tortellini at this point?
Well, it looks like Milo is left the table and is about 15 feet away from Ernie Tortellini. So you've walked towards the very crowded eastern part of the room.
Yeah, and I'm just listening in over their table.
Okay. Can you give me a perception check then?
13.
You can only make out a few words. I mean, you're watching their lips move and you're trying to listen into the conversation. It is very loud in here, so you can only make out a few words. And those words are bag, money, and gold.
All right, I'm just going to kind of sit close to the table and watch them, or stand close to the table and watch them if there's no seats, or like kind of sneakily watch them and just hang out.
You're trying to do it sneakily. Can you make a stealth roll, please?
Oh, disadvantage.
Yeah.
What if even if he's just sitting still?
5. I'm just sitting at the table.
Okay. Milo, you
Staring.
notice some eyes around the table kind of dart around and look at you a little bit and look away, but you're not sure if they are paying attention to you. Aisling, Duck, Elena, doing anything different?
Just thinking about huge balls. That is going in the recording.
Alice says, all right, Virlinians, here's your answer. There once was a dwarf and a dragon. The beast's bollocks hung deep in a flagon. The dwarf had a snicker and said, mate, let's not bicker. I have to wheel mine in a wagon.
It would be funny if it wasn't a wagon. It didn't rhyme at all. That's not a number.
On most of the tables in the room, the brown piece of paper starts to glow this green color. And if the table has a piece of paper with the green color, those 3 little boys are running around serving everybody who got the answer right free shots. So the little boys brought over like 4 shots to the table. And up to you to decide what to do with them. As he delivers them to the table, Alice says, the next joke is coming up in a moment. Oksana leans over and says, you won! She downs one of the shots.
Would anyone like mine? They're not really easy for me to drink, so please, anyone.
It would be quite a lot of alcohol for you. I didn't even think of that. Do you want like half of it? I can pour half into mine, or are you just not drinking? I don't judge.
No, just not. It's beak problems.
Ah, very reasonable. Do you need a straw? We could get you a straw.
Yes, that would be lovely.
I shuffle around in my jacket of many pockets that I keep inventing, and I pull out. It's a fairy-sized straw, so I size it up to your mouth. Like, I think this will work, right?
Lovely, thank you, appreciate it.
Is there water at the table? You might want to rinse it. Oh, okay. Just it'll rinse the first time you take a sip.
I just kind of shake it and just prestidigitate it clean.
Yeah, I thought you would do that.
And I'll just put it into the shot glass and just start sipping.
Is Aisling drinking as well?
It's a standard United States of America shot size.
You could say that.
Okay. So a regular size glass for me also. I will drink it like a glass and just sip from it.
Okay. Is it so big, I guess, in your little hands?
Yes, I'm only 2 feet tall.
Alice, the hostess, says, all right, Virlinians, here's the next one. Most of you got that right. Well done. She also has a glass, that's a shot glass. She has just downed the shot glass. And she reads out the second limerick. A fighter so brave he was knighted. Sad he never knew he was slighted. He would go to a party and eat just as hearty as if he was actually blank.
Made a party.
I'll say it one time for the people in the back.
I was
A fighter
say,
so
I really
brave.
wasn't paying attention. Okay.
A fighter so brave he was knighted. Sad he never knew he was slighted. He would go to a party and eat just as hearty as if he was actually blank.
It ends in I did.
Not a ghost.
Knighted.
Oh, knighted.
No, knighted was in the first one. Knighted and slighted were already said. Invited?
Delighted? Invited. That sounds right.
Aisling will just yell out, "Knighted! It's knighted!"
People are laughing in your general direction, Aisling.
You think it's invited? I really don't know.
Oksana, when you say, Olena, when you say that answer, Oksana puts her hands on your shoulders and she says, "Woman, 2 for 2. I bet on you this evening."
Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. I'm only going to get drunker and then less coherent.
Your answers keep gathering cheddar and cheddar.
No! Sorry. I'm gonna put
Alice-
invited.
Invited? Okay, so you're right, invited on the form. You can see most of the tables are doing the same. Alice, the hostess, says, "Everybody, you just have a few more seconds. If you get this right, you get another round of free shots."
Elena,
He's talking to the table he's at, and he's just like, I'm pretty sure it's knighted. That sounds about right.
Okay. The people that are sitting around you are kind of like telling you to hush up. You can see Senor Schlafty is like sneezing into his arm, but he doesn't seem to recognize you, Milo.
Who did we give his hat to?
Tiziano, who's also in the pub, talking to some ladies at the moment. Alice says, "All right, let's see if any of you funny Virlinians got the second one right. A fighter so brave he was knighted, sad he never knew he was slighted. He would go to a party and eat just as hearty as if he was actually invited."
Oh,
And
wow.
When Alice says invited,
Shit. Wrong one.
when Alice says invited, the brown piece of paper on your table glows green, and one of the little boys comes over with a round of 4 more shots for Milo and the Goldfoots.
Elena, you're much too hard on yourself. You are just a genius, an absolute genius.
Thank you. The thing is, common is not my first language, so sometimes I try really hard and sometimes I get words wrong, you know what I mean? But I've been working on it, so my confidence is
Woman, I beg to disagree. Your common is fantastic.
Did you just say disagree?
I can't help. I love cheese. You know what kind of music I listen to? R&B.
Oh God, me too, but no.
Oksana, my friend, there are so many cheeses out there. So many. You can get feta.
Oh no, don't you start too.
Feta. I like feta. It's a little salty sometimes, but I like.
What about the cheese god? Jesus
God.
Christ.
Jeez. Oksana slaps the table and it rattles quite a bit, and she grabs you by the shoulders, Aisling, and says, "Who's this one? Olena, your friend. So funny." And she kisses you on the head.
Welcome back from the bathroom, by the way. How was it?
Dirty. There's a lot of people in here.
Not
It's
sure.
all clean.
Yeah.
Before the shots, I guess the shots are there, but
The shots are there. Yeah.
I will kind of yell out, like, little boy, little server boy.
One of the little server boys walks up to you. Mister?
You are so creepy. I have little tiny hands, and I don't know what to do with this. Can you take this shot and deliver it with a wink to my friend over there? And I'll point to the lady from Hazel Ward.
Mm-hmm.
That I
Mister.
recognized.
Mister, do you have a copper?
No.
It's
Don't.
no. You can take it as slowly as you would like.
Actually, could you make a persuasion roll, Aisling? You can see the boy is not sure what to do in this moment. He's like waiting for you to give him a coin.
Where's my button?
Yes. A 4.
The boy leaves the shot on the table and shrugs his shoulders and walks away.
Oh well, I'll try it again next time.
You
Miles
probably
comes
forget
back
that you
and
did.
pounds the shot.
Oh! Hello, where have you been?
Well, if any of you all see a fella in glasses come through that door, you let me know. I need to speak with them.
And he's just still looking around. He's also Miles also going to do that little thing that he can do, where he divine sense to look for undead and anything.
My sense. Milo, where are you? I can't see you on the screen.
I'm back at the table.
Right
Okay.
behind you.
And you. Alice says, "Here's the last one. You funny Virlinians. There once was a loner named Matt, who was short, bald, ugly, and fat. I'm willing to bet the only stroking he gets is when he goes home to his blank."
Cat.
What'd you say?
Cat. Meow.
Oh,
Aisling will just yell out, "Cousin! I think it's cousin!"
Aisling, you're great at this. I should take you everywhere to just distract people.
When you say that, Aisling, Alice raises her shot glass at you, and she drinks the next shot, and she's like nodding in approval at your jokes.
Don't drink the incest.
Oksana whispers to you, Olena, "Hi, is your friend okay?
Which one are you talking about? Probably not.
The one who likes cousins."
Oh, yes, they're fine. Don't worry about it.
You have things for redheads now. Why your two friends have red hair?
That is interesting. I actually never noticed that. They're redheaded and short, and I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
And the
Also,
one
they're my
not
friends.
redhead-
We're not together. This is not a throuple.
Oh.
This is just friends. Have you ever
Oh,
had
your
one?
friends.
You have one. You have a friend. I'm your friend.
We are friends. Yes.
We're all friends here, aren't we?
It is true, yeah.
We're on a team, so we have to be friends. We are together forever at this point. It's on paper.
On paper.
Who are you?
Oh, hello. I am Duck. Nice
Oh,
to
right.
meet you.
Sorry. This is Duck. Duck, this is Aisling. I introduced you to them before, but they weren't actually behind me when I introduced them to you, so.
I mean, you know, how tall is Elena, by the way?
Oh. Great question. Description. She
How
is
tall is
5'7".
Milo?
Yeah, I'm 4 foot. I'm tall.
So literally just for stair steps.
Yeah.
But it's a pleasure to meet you, Aisling.
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 Yes.
Aisling.
Wow, look at us making friends everywhere we go. I'm gonna do another look around for Siri.
Make a perception check, please.
Jesus Christ. 8.
8. Aisling, could you also make a perception check?
Yes.
Do I notice that they're looking for somebody?
Could you make a perception check as well, Doc?
Milo's just ranting about how he overheard Ernie talking about a bag of money and gold.
Okay.
While everyone's
Just
looking around.
Just a 12 for
12?
Aisling.
Okay.
Uh, 15 for Duck. This alcohol must be really kicking in. Noticing stuff.
Duck, you have the sense that this merry band of adventurers who are now sitting next to you are looking for someone?
Are you looking for someone in particular, Elena?
Yes, our friend Siri, willowy, white hair, the bard. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, she was supposed to be here and participate tonight, but she left us in the middle of a really difficult battle, and she probably shouldn't have left mid-battle, but sometimes the player subbing in for the other player makes really bad decisions and just sort of kicks a character out when she probably shouldn't have, you know?
I thought she left because you were collecting people with red hair. And she didn't have red hair.
Aisling, her hair could easily be dyed. It was white, so, you know, we could make it there. But also, I'm not collecting anybody, A. B, specifically people with red hair. You just both happen to have red hair. Milo's hair isn't even originally red.
It's been red since I've known him.
That is true.
Here, have mine.
Your hair?
No, she obviously looks like she needs something to drink. She has the hiccups.
I don't think that's how it works, but thank you.
Duck, you do notice sitting about 40 feet away from you, next to the stage, is a very handsome man with his hair parted about 3/4 of the way down his forehead. He's kind of standing, not drinking, standing next to Alice Trebek. And he has the look of like he's paying attention to what's going on in the crowd, but he's not really participating in things. This is someone that you have seen before, too.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm. So, could you also make an insight check while we're at it, Duck?
Ah, yes. It's much better. A 6?
6. Duck, you recognize this person as somebody who also works in Zadaxi. I'll leave it at that. Alice, the host, says, "Okay, you funny Virlinians, here's the answer. Let's see if anybody got it right. There once was a loner named Matt, who was short, bald, ugly, and fat. I'm willing to bet the only stroking he gets is when he goes home to his cat." And when Alice says cat, the piece of paper on your table once again shines this bright green color, and one of the 3 triplet boys comes over and drops off another round of 4 shots.
Hey, are you the same one as last time?
D-Day, same one.
Yeah.
He shrugs his shoulder. What do you mean, mister?
Can you take this to that lady over there?
Take what?
This shot.
Why?
Because she deserves it. She's lovely.
Can you make another persuasion roll, please? Aisling, the boy is really confused. Mister, I kind of need a copper.
You are needy. Cheap. 10.
He
I
puts
almost
the shot
gave you guidance, but I
back on
realized
the
that's
table.
another character. Here, take this cover, for the love of God.
Oh, mister, thank you.
Here, take that shot over there.
Oh, where?
That woman. So the woman.
Oh,
that
the
Ace
woman.
just pointed out. Yes.
With the red hair. In the
Yeah.
corner. This one. This
Is
one.
that the one, Aisling?
Is that the one?
Or this one.
Who are you? Wait.
Or-
who do you
or-
want to
or
send
this
this to
one.
in the first place?
Or this one.
The person.
Which woman?
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up.
Oh, mister. No need to swear. No need to swear,
Aisling.
mister.
Which person? I think this one is the person from town.
I think. Is that the one that I recognized?
That's the one you recognize, Aisling.
That one over there,
Yes.
behind the 2 women, very close to Groovy Jams, sort of like diagonally next to that woman with the dark hair.
Okay. The boy kind of runs in between the tables and through the stools and runs all over to the other side and drops the shot at the table. You can't. It's so far away. You can't quite make out what he's saying, but you can tell that she has picked up the shot. She's looking over generally at the table.
I'll just.
Doesn't seem to recognize anybody at the table, but downs the shot, and then the boy runs back to the bar.
I don't
Do you-
understand these people.
Do you need her attention or something, or do you find her attractive?
Oh, Olena, your friends. Looking for a partner tonight.
I don't think that's what's happening.
Hmm.
But
Isn't that what you're here for, cheese lady? I thought me and you would spend the night.
She's blushing a little bit, Aisling.
Now you look more like wine.
we're all
cheese.
staying in one room. Take that into consideration.
I don't
Aisling, when you
create
say this,
people. I go
she
to-
decides. Where are you, Aisling? Oh, there you are. She decides to take a seat next to you, and she says, "May I?" And she reaches her hand to kind of put it on the back of your neck. May I?
May you what?
And she puts her hand on your back and like just kind of rubs it a little bit and says, "I like your friend, Olena."
I
your friend
don't
is
even
very
want to
nice."
engage with this.
I'll-
I don't.
I'll
want
kick
to.
my leg a little bit.
Like a dog.
Duck, no, I'm playing what some would call the
Long game?
Yes.
You guys come from the same place? You have similar sayings.
I'm
Do you
from all
know the
over.
one about the doctor and the apple and the sharp objects?
Yes, like if you have a sharp apple, there's usually a razor blade in it.
Yes, for the children.
Yes, it's how you get rid of them at this Halloweenish time.
What the fuck is Halloween?
I don't know. That's New World.
It's a ritual in the northern part of this one country that I went to this one time, and lots of weird masks, and they pretend to be other people. It's a story. Let me tell you. When we have more time, I will regale you with the experience of the Halloween. But that's not now. That's later.
Oh no, of course not. Of course
Yes.
not.
Like, there's jokes happening and partners and long games and how can I help?
I think we just need to keep winning and not. I can't drink all of these, so I'm just going to keep giving them to that lady.
Oksana? Oh, that lady.
The lady with
there.
the red hair.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Ignore
Oh, no,
me.
I'm using Oksana just for free back scratches, apparently.
Valid.
It's at this moment that Alice says, Virlinians, we need to give a round of applause to 3 teams in the room who've gotten every single one right so far. Congratulations to, she looks down at the list, the Hungry Halflings, We Will Smash You, and Milo and the Goldfoots. And one's like clapping and giving some like applause. She says, okay, you funny Virlinians. And she's clearly at this point getting a little buzz. She says, this next event is called Partner Up. For this event, we're going to find a celebrity from Zadash who's going to give me an answer, and all you teams have to try to match your answer to the answer that they give. And if you match your answer to the answer that the celebrity gives, everybody at your table gets free beers. You can choose Barbarian Streisand, or you can choose Citrus Ass Down. Whatever, it's free. Here's our first celebrity, and she points to a very well-dressed lady that some of you have met before. The blonde lady who takes over the stage, pushing away the Southern Virlinian singer. And this woman has long blonde hair. She's wearing jewelry on her. She's got earrings. She's wearing a choker around her neck. Clearly, the clothing that she's wearing is a very high quality. And Alice introduces her as town councilwoman Antonia Cannelloni. Antonia, welcome this evening. And Antonia is kind of bowing and curtsying and waving to the crowd. And most of the crowd is giving light applause, but you don't see like loud applause in response to this person. Alice says, all right, Antonia, I'm going to read this joke. You're going to fill in the blank. Everybody else here is going to try to fill in the blank and try to match with you. You got it? And Antonia nods her head and says, well, I don't know. Mr. Cannelloni is usually better at these things, but fine. I'm here. Let's go. And Alice begins to read from a card. All right, Virlinians. Here's the joke. Mrs. Potato is so fed up.
How fed up is she?
Yes. Point to that person over there. And one of the little boys runs up and gives you a free shot.
I just have like a trio of shots.
Yeah,
I guess
well,
4 shots now. One with a straw in it.
Mm-hmm. Mrs. Potato is so fed up. Every night she stays home with the tots while her husband goes out and gets blank. Mrs. Potato is so fed up. Every night she stays home with the tots while her husband goes out and gets blank.
Mashed. Get smashed.
Oh, that's really pretty good. I was going to say shots because it rhymes, but I forgot we're not doing limericks anymore.
Oh, Oksana nods her head and says, this duck, very smart. You stick with this one, Olena.
That does technically have sort of red hair. Well, based on the picture.
Oh, that's a
That might not
cloak.
be correct. Oh, you're correct. I had to zoom in. Well, adjacent.
The votes, the yeses and the nos. We want
Yes.
yeses Or we want
Yeah. So the vote is on whether or not we create
create the task force.
create the task force. So we want the yeses. But I assume that the people who are voting no are involved in the trade somehow.
And cannelloni we know is a no currently.
Yes.
This is not actually conversation. The characters are having this, just you all talking.
You can roleplay this actually. This might be good to roleplay so that Duck learns the backstory.
I was in accent. And again having another stroke because I don't know what's wrong with me today. Lawson is a yes. Titiano Feinberg Farfalle is a yes. Blessed be his name. And there's another yes who I don't know.
Marvin Lawson.
Yeah, I got that. Lawson Feinberg Farfalle, which is one. And there's a third yes, I believe. But I don't know if we don't know it or if Emily is just an idiot.
I only have Titiano and Lawson as yes.
Okay.
What does
Ernie
Milo
said-
have? I wonder.
Is a male, maybe?
I have Heslel up in the air, Tortellini, yes, most likely / no, question mark. Tatiano Farfalli is a yes, Marvin Lawson's a yes, the professor's a no, he's at the university, obviously, and then Hilltop is up in the air, is what my notes are. Some people I don't even know or don't.
Wait, we have different people.
Yeah.
Tortellini, maybe.
I didn't even have Catalonia on my list.
Heslel, maybe. Feinberg Farfalle, yes. Lawson, yes. Professor? Who's that?
He's at the university.
Duck, you would recognize the name of this professor as somebody that you have worked with.
Professor Podemos?
I don't know.
Could
I just
be.
have Professor.
Is that professor on the council?
Yeah, that's the professor on the council.
Oh,
What are you needing something from him for?
well, we're hoping that he'll support the task force for the kife. I don't know if you know too much about kife.
You mean the loosey-goosey drug?
If it's a black substance, sure.
The fun and free delirious time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with kife?
It's kind of tearing.
It's addictive. It tears apart families. People get, waste all their money, spend no time with their family. It's
So it's
basically
alcohol.
pretty much like secondarily killed people. Yeah, and we should probably start an alcohol task force too, quite frankly, because these people are getting drunk. I don't know. What are we trying to do? I can't really remember.
Milo's all for getting rid of it.
Type bad. We get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much we get rid of it. But I think it's also because it's related to the. One moment. I'm flipping.
Faceless men.
Coil of Mayhem.
Foil mayhem, yeah.
Have you heard of them?
Why are we whispering?
Because I don't know. People could be listening.
Oh, Elena, when you say this, Oksana stops rubbing Aisling's back, and you notice that she's withdrawing a little bit from the table as she sips her shot glass.
Okay. They're like a band of brigands, they like pirates, they destroy things. Mayhem, they cause mayhem. And they may be behind this trade, which sort of means that the intentions of the trade are inherently bad, because the organization is not doing good things. And so, yeah. That's it.
So you all are on a crusade of good.
I wouldn't call it a crusade. That's probably not the right term for it. But yes, we want to make sure that Zadash and Virlinia stays, safe from mayhem. Capital M mayhem and lowercase m mayhem.
As you're in this conversation, Oksana leans into you, Elena, and says, "Woman, how you not know Coil of Mayhem is good? Why you think they so bad?"
Well, I haven't heard any other arguments otherwise. Are you going to argue it to me?
I hear rumors They give money to orphanage.
Which orphanage?
All of them.
You can make
From
an
who?
insight check.
From who
Elena.
you hear this? Yeah. From who are you hearing?
Aisling, you're at the table too. If you want to make an insight check, you can.
Probably should, because mine's very bad. 5.
Okay.
22.
Thank
22.
God.
Wow. Aisling, judging by the body language, you can tell that she's kind of like shifty a little bit, and she says, "Well, shepherd's respite, of course, in Zadash, but also
Yeah.
Storm's Eye, also cities in northern Virlinia. Yeah, how you not know Coil of Mayhem is good?
I don't know, but I do know that Kife has done bad things, and I don't think it should be on the market. And so, if I have to talk to the Coil of Mayhem and tell them that, I will do that. But if I have to kill members of the Coil of Mayhem, I will also do that, depending on the argument they give me.
Go ahead.
So what if it's just too much of something is a bad thing, and just the right amount of something is a good thing? Like water, too much water is bad, but just enough water is good. So maybe it's just enough kife is good, and too much kife is bad. And why does it always have to be one
We
or
could
the other?
also
Why can't
regulate the market. That is
Yes,
correct. We
and
could regulate the
taxes.
market. Exactly. Yeah. Make everybody make the community money as well as those selling it.
Yes.
and take that drug money and put it back into our schools, and everyone wins.
Pretty much.
Oksana stands up and applauds in Duck's
Don't
direction.
sit down. Sit down.
I bow, just like a very just flourished bow, like right on top of the
This-
table. I'll probably knock over a shot glass or two.
I
This
agree
one's so
with you.
smart. This one's
Yes.
so smart. He
Very
understands.
smart,
He
Oksana.
understands business.
Yes, I understand business. Who wants to go into business with me? Let's
Yes.
do it. I have ideas.
She downs another shot and clinks it with whatever you're holding, Duck, and says, "I go into business with you."
Let me just play Baba Yaga's advocate, really quickly.
Me, I'm Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga's advocate.
Am I Baba Yaga? So, please.
What if the since we like to whisper it, is donating all this money to orphanages to use the children as drug mules?
That was a great point. I'm in love with you, Aisling.
Can you make an insight check, Aisling, when you say that? I'm sorry, no, investigation. Investigation is putting the clues together. Make an investigation check, please, Aisling.
No.
Milo's just gonna. While Aisling's doing that, Milo's just gonna be like, "Oh, I wonder where Gilmore is. He said he'd meet us here," and I'm gonna just like keep looking at. Shoot, what's her name?
Oksana.
Oksana. Thank you.
He's
There's
like,
a
what'd you get?
9. Just a
9. Yeah, you would need a lot more evidence to put those things together, but it's an interesting hypothesis.
You all don't want me to investigate things. I come up with ideas and you all investigate.
Are you not
Um,
good at investigating?
Absolutely not.
I don't think I am either.
A -1.
I'm a little bit more positive.
It's at this moment that Alice Trebek is on stage interviewing Antonia, and Alice says, "Mrs. Potato is so fed up. Every night she stays home with the tots while her husband goes out and gets..." And Antonio Cannelloni turns around and says, "Well, I don't know, Mr. Cannelloni will be better at this. You know, we have a very, very successful marriage, and we are still deeply, deeply committed and in love, and we are each other's
That's a
best
lie.
friend." She looks in your general direction, and then turns back and says, "Well, we are each other's best friend." And her eyes kind of roll a little bit, you know, in sickness and in health. So I would say when Mrs.
Oh, geez.
Potato stays home with the tots, her husband goes out and gets baked, and the whole crowd goes, "Boo! Boo! We hate Antonia Cannelloni! Boo! Vote yes, you stupid woman! Vote yes, you stupid council person!" But people are getting really upset at Antonia. And at this point, she storms out of the pub and says, "I tried!"
Your husband called me best friend last night.
Aisley said that.
Yeah.
On the way out, she just pauses to look at you, and then she just turns, flips her hair, and then she keeps walking out.
Can I grab some?
Yeah, make a
Her hair?
dexterity check. Make a dexterity check at disadvantage because she's twice your height, more than twice your height.
I'll lift you up.
A dexterity check.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Malo's reaching across Duck at this point. Do you mind? And he's grabbing 2 of the shot glasses.
Oh, please have as many as you'd like.
Oh, sweet, thank you. And he's just gonna walk on back over to Ernie with
To Ernie? Okay.
Well, that's not quite what I meant, but okay. Yeah, whatever.
It was just a
Whatever
set.
floats your boat.
7? Okay. So Antonia leaves the par with all of her hair,
Damn it.
and it looks like only a couple of the tables, it looks like none of the tables actually matched with that answer. People seem
Because
to
that
be
was a
very
stupid
upset.
answer, Cataloni.
Oksana is nodding in agreement. Yes, woman. That was a cheesy answer.
What is the guy over there that I sort of recognize but can't really recognize doing during all this? Like, are they paying attention to anyone specifically, or
They're kind of scanning. You notice that they're kind of scanning the room. They're not looking at anybody in particular.
okay?
They're standing right next to Alice Trebek, kind of off stage.
Do they look like a bodyguard-esque, or
Something like that, but not exactly. Yeah.
can I go over there?
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think I see somebody that I know, and it's just bothering me that I can't replace the name with the face, and I need to go figure this out.
Okay.
Now just hop off the table and start heading over there.
So Duck is gonna walk over to the person he thinks he recognizes. Olena, Aisling, Milo, are you doing anything different?
Just walking back over to Ernie with 2 glasses.
2 glasses. Okay.
I'll wave hello to Aurora.
Oh, okay. Aurora does not notice you. She is very deep in conversation, kind of making goo-goo eyes with her very significantly older boyfriend, Ephraim. They're not really paying attention to you. They're sort of leaning in closer to one another. It's kind of awkward, Olena.
Well, I'm happy for them, and I will turn away.
Elena, who are you waving at?
That's our friend from one of the other bars. Alamisto? Aurora over there. She was very nice to us a couple days ago when we were asking questions around there, and so I was just going to say hi, but she apparently is not paying attention to us. One moment, please.
Duck, you walk up to this kind of stern-looking gentleman standing next to Alice Trebek on the stage. He looks down at you and says, yes. Do you have a message to give or a message that you're waiting on? While Duck thinks about that, Alice reads the next joke. And Alice says, all right, you funny Virlinians. The next joke is going to be matched by our Virlinia's own Monsieur Hercule the Dean. And people in the crowd kind of clap very politely. People seem to recognize this person and his name. He looks over at the crowd and he kind of bows at everybody. He looks like an older, pale gentleman with white hair, lots of wrinkles across his face, slightly tattered, worn clothing. For somebody so famous, it's curious that he's not dressed in more appropriate clothing for tonight's event. Alice says, Monsieur Ledine, how are you doing tonight? Monsieur Ledine, as you all know, is the former head of the Cobblers Guild here in Zadaxi. And Monsieur Ledine bows at Alice and says, well, I am very well, actually. My sick daughter is doing much, much better. She's convalescing at the university, and the clerics over there are doing wonderful things. So I was very, very, very happy to be here this evening. Alice says, great. She seems to not really care much about Hercule's response. And she says, all right, here's the next joke. Monsieur, maybe you can match your answers with this funny crowd this evening. So the farmer said to his workers, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't blank the cows while you're milking them. The farmer said to his workers, how many times do I have to tell you? Don't blank the cows while you're milking them. And Monsieur Ladine gets a grin across his face, and everybody you see at other tables is kind of deep in conversation, and they're writing things down. Milo, right now, nobody at Ernie's table is really paying attention to you.
Yeah, I just clear my throat. Holding these shot glasses that are like breaking glasses.
Okay. Somebody does notice you, and it's this tall woman with the pink boa carrying a wine glass. And she walks over to you and says, "Hi. Have we met?"
Oh, I'm not too sure. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Olivia, wine drinker from the wine drinker family in Hazelward. What are you doing here tonight? I love your tiger print jacket, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had it made. We went up to the mountains. I had a nosebleed. It was quite a remarkable turn of events, actually. I like your little boa there. Hey, have you seen Gilmore? I was supposed to meet him here, and I'm just looking at her face to see if there's any changes.
Make an insight check, Milo.
Rolling terribly. 3 altogether.
All right. Judging from her mannerisms, she does not blink at all when you mention the name Gilmore. And in fact, she responds saying, "I don't know who that is." She continues drinking her glass of wine. "What are you drinking tonight? Maybe I'll get you something."
They have the free vodkas they've been giving out, or free shots, whatever these are.
Oh, is your team winning tonight? We're not doing so well. Some of these jokes, we just don't think they're that funny.
Oh, well, to each their own, I suppose. Sorry, I'm here to talk to Ernie, actually. I don't mean to be rude, but I was hoping to get a word with him.
All right. Well, I'll step out of your way. Good luck this evening. And she kind of brushes past you to start walking towards the bar.
And then, yeah, he just puts the drinks up on the table.
It's at this moment that the stern man standing on the stage is asking Duck, are you sending a message or receiving a message?
Does Duck know what he's talking about?
Duck would know what he's talking about.
I'm sending a message.
Okay, to who?
You know, that one person.
Aha. Okay, and what does this message say?
Meet me outside.
Bitch.
Huh? Meet me outside the... What's the name of the place that they're staying at? Or near, something that's near, where this area is?
University Village. And the name of this bar is the Mighty Quill.
Yeah. Meet me outside the anthropology building tonight at 1 a.m.
Grant kind of smiles at you, nods his head, and says, "The message will be delivered."
Beautiful. I much appreciated.
Just see a Duck, and he nods at you, smiling.
And I walk off confidently. And as soon as I kind of turn around, I go, "What the fuck did I just do?" We'll see.
The name does come to you. The name of this person is Grant. As you're walking away, the name does come to you, and you would know him as somebody who knows a lot of information, secret information about what goes in town. So it's starting to come back to you.
Okay, gotcha.
I was gonna say my landlord called, and she has Elena's accent in real life. So it was very hard to switch over.
Love it.
Your rent just doubled.
Yeah. Her name is Inga.
Inga. Oksana leans over at you, Elena, and says, I don't understand the joke. It's not about cheese, is it?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think they should stop shaming the cows as they're milking them?
Oh, that's funny.
No.
This woman, very funny.
Don't look them in the eyes.
Oh, I like that, actually. That's pretty good.
What are we writing down?
Don't look them in the eyes.
So you write this down.
Stop looking them in the eyes.
Alice looks at the crowd and says, "All right, Monsieur Ledine." The farmer said to his workers, "How many times do I have to tell you? Don't blank the cows while you're milking them." Monsieur Ledine smiles and says, "This is a fun one. Because I spent summers on my grandparents' farm, and when I had my own child, I would take her, and she loved the cows. So I would say, the farmer said to the workers, don't tickle the cows while you're milking them." And he's the only one laughing at his jokes. The crowd is kind of turning on him a little bit with lighter boos than the ones that were given to Antonia, but there are still some people booing at his response. Boo, boo. And nobody matches with this joke.
That's a stupid answer, Monsieur Ledine. I hope his daughter's doing okay.
She tickled one too many cows.
What does it mean?
All right. Alice says, "All right, you funny Virlinians, the next celebrity to the stage is Mr. Ernie Tortellini from the Order of the Nib." And the crowd is actually very positive. They're hooting and hollering and saying, yeah, they're like fist pumping in the air. Yay, Ernie, Ernie, Ernie. Alice says, "Yes, it's Mr. Tortellini, one of the most famous business people in town. We're very glad to have you here tonight again, sir." And Ernie kind of wipes his bald head and bows at the crowd, and he says, "I hope that everybody matches with the answer I'm about to give. Come on, Alice, give me the joke." And Alice says, "All right, this is an easy one. Any bards in the room? Any bards? I think you have an advantage on this one. Here's the joke, Mr. Tortellini. Hans told his daughter, 'It's not true I wanted a bard instead of you. Now go on and practice your blank.' Hans told his daughter, 'It's not true I wanted a bard instead of you. Now go on and practice your blank.'" And the crowd is talking to one another. There's lots of murmuring going on. People are sobering up a little bit because no one has won any free drinks. So the triplets are circulating, looking to sell some more shots to the crowd.
Chords? I don't know anything about music. Follow up.
Or violin.
And also, is this a funny joke? Because it's not
Sure.
funny to me.
Double bass.
Your cow tickling?
Oh, you think it's related to the last one?
He's a maybe. I'm pretty sure he's going to vote however everybody else is going to. He seems like
Seems like that kind of guy, yeah. He follows the crowd. He wants people to like him. I'm gonna put down
maybe-
chords.
Well, should we just ask him what he's gonna say? Tortellini, what are you gonna say so we can get it right? You want to make us happy, right?
He looks in your general direction and says, you know the rules. I can't tell you the answer."
Okay. Also a rule follower.
Boring.
Chords, great.
That's all I got from him.
Hans. Playing Hans. Hans, go practice your...
Yeah,
No,
like
Hans is the dad.
Father's name.
A son, or a bard, not a son. But he got a daughter.
Go practice your sword. Like maybe they're not a bard, so they're not playing music. Go practice your...
Cheese making.
Oh. No, I don't think anybody else is thinking about cheese as much as our table is thinking about cheese.
When you say that, Oksana starts grinning and says, "Good answer. You're no, your friend. Amazing. Where do you find them?"
Where did we find Aisling?
She just picks us up off the street. She says, "Ooh, little short redhead, come with me. I'm the Pied Piper."
Pretty much. You fall for my charm.
Yes.
Very clearly. Very charming. Me and my really high charisma.
Can you repeat it one more time? What was the... the clue again, or the joke?
Alice says to everybody, the tables, you only have a few more seconds. I'll read it one more time. Hans told his daughter, "It's not true. I wanted a bard instead of you. Now go on and practice your blank."
I'm just gonna put down chords because I don't know any other answer.
Music, just music. Music makes you feel.
It is true.
Aisling will just yell out, "Cousin!"
No.
Aizen, you get light laughter from everybody kind of sitting in your general area. No.
Doc, do that cricket thing again.
Yeah, I just prestidigitate the Jeopardy music. Do 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 do.
What did the party write down? I missed what you wrote.
Chords. CHORDS.
Alice asks Mr. Torlini for an answer. Ernie says, "All right, well, if Hans's daughter was going to join the Order of the Nib, you all know what I would say about that." And the crowd starts to laugh a little bit. There seems to be some understanding. But since Hans was disappointed she didn't choose to become a bard, he would say to her, "Now go practice your music." And he kind of shrugs his shoulder, and you notice that your brown piece of paper glimmers a magical green color. And one of the little boys comes over to the table and asks what kind of beer you want, the citrus beer or the barbarian beer. He's got tons of Stein glasses full of beer.
Sorry, wasn't one of them called Barbarian Streisand?
Barbarian Streisand.
I'd like barbarian Streisand.
Yes.
I'm a barbarian.
And I'm a Streisand.
Okay, so he leaves the beer for everybody. And Ernie looks over at you. So a couple of the tables got it right. Ernie kind of winks in your general direction and says, "Good one. What's the team name over there?" And
Milo and the Goldfoots.
okay, Milo. Good job, Milo. And Ernie returns to his seat.
Milo, go over there and convince him to vote yes.
Milo, what are you doing?
So small.
I'm walking over to Ernie with my shot glasses.
Okay. And
Has
and
Becca
what
created her character yet? Because if she hasn't, everybody has to be small now.
else? Right.
That's the bit. Same there.
Except for Elena. Elena's the only one.
Normal size.
Freaking Snow White over here.
Oh.
With everybody short.
He's just trying to squeeze past this giant guy with the hammer on his shoulder.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. So you're sitting next to Ernie Torlini. He looks over at you and says yes.
Oh,
Hey,
you got
Ernie,
it. You
how you
said
doing?
yes. You did it.
Drink? Hold up the shot. to him.
Drink. And he clinks his glass and downs, starts drinking a couple large gulps of beer. It seems like the rest of his table got a match.
Oh, good job, everyone here. That's just fantastic. Had no idea which way you were gonna go with that one. So,
Yeah, Alice was gonna accept anything related to music. So, yeah,
Oh,
you know how it is.
that's
Any,
good.
yeah. What can I do you for?
Oh, I'm just here to do some business talk. I hope you don't mind. It'll only be a minute.
You have 1 minute.
Oh, you got it. So on the vote for the task force for kife, I was hearing, mixed messages about how you're leaning and was hoping to, just sway your vote a little bit towards the yes, if at all possible. I think we all know how kind of kife is affecting the city, and, with the task force at hand right now, it's just not enough. So hoping to get a little bit more funding for them potentially.
He's nodding. Okay. What else you got?
Well, I just was hoping to hear what from the man himself on how you're leaning,
Can you make a persuasion check, please, Milo?
You do have that bardic, by the way.
Yeah,
That's right.
persuasion. All right, and then that's a 4 for Bardic.
A d6.
Ooh, 6. 5, 9, 10.
Then he looks at you and says, "But who are you exactly, and why am I listening to you?"
I'm Milo Goldfoot. I saved your son's life once.
Oh, you did. You met Caden.
Yeah, I met Caden. He was hanging out with the Ravioli Rascals at the time, and
Oh, I have you to thank. So you think I should vote yes on funding this proposal then?
oh yeah, you've seen what it can do to people. It just makes them zombies almost.
In some ways, that is very bad for the city of Zadash. But in some ways, I could see there being business potential. So I'm wondering what you might be able to do for the council or prove to us that would convince us that maybe voting yes is the right thing to do. And he's kind of like fumbling his fingers on the table, playing with a coin, and the coin's going like in and out of his fingers.
Oh, that's neat. Well, I don't know. What do you need done?
On such short notice, I can't think of very much. I guess if you were to bet on the winner of the final event tonight, which is coming up next, then you would demonstrate that you have the right insight. Or if you were going to actually compete in the last event tonight and win, then you would demonstrate that you have enough skill. Something like that. Go talk to your friends. I don't know.
No, I do have a couple of horses in the race, if you know what I'm saying. So I suppose I'll go chat with them, let them know what you just said. Yeah. So have you seen Gilmore? I was supposed to meet him around here. And I'm just gonna look at him again and see how he reacts to that.
He does not, like, there's no glimmer of recognition when you drop that name.
Tattooed face, always wearing a hood.
He says, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know everybody in Zadash.
Mariday?
Monsieur Mariday, yeah, what about him?
No, he sicked a bunch of like keg beasts on us earlier and trolls and such, and just wondering if he's around.
He did? Well, I'll have to call in a town's guard to investigate. That doesn't sound very good.
Well, maybe we could do that as well for you. Get a little extra coinage.
Okay, I'll play your game. If you can investigate what's going on and bring me some evidence tonight, then maybe I will vote yes.
Oh, well, that evidence is just, by the old creepy-looking carousel. Don't touch it. We're pretty sure it's like a portal to another dimension or something. Anyway, we gotta get going. I think I learned enough from you. Why would you vote no? I mean, you said you can make money off of it, so you'd be making money off of the people suffering in your streets, I suppose.
Yeah, knowing my connections with the NIB, however, it's much easier to side on the people manufacturing or distributing kife. And maybe there is a proper amount of kife that is actually good for society, and I just don't know the answers yet.
Well, maybe it should be tested and regulated then.
I agree, and that's why I talked to Professor Podemos about this. Professor knows way more about things like sample size and how many people do you have to ask and how do you tell if there's an effect.
Do you think maybe he's distributing this to see and test this thing?
I think he's just purely an academic.
Nobody's just.
Are you distributing this to test everything?
Me personally, of course not. I lead the Order of the Nib, good sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some friends to attend to. I think you should talk to your friends and see what you'd like to do. My offer stands. Thank you for talking to Caden, by the way. He needed a father figure to step in more regularly, and so I've been doing that. So thank you again.
Well, I'm glad to hear you're stepping up, and then I'll just leave on that note. And go back to the table and tell them everything that just happened.
Okay. Let me go ahead and grant everybody 450 experience points for participation in the joke off thus far. That's 450. Someone's dancing.
Emily's at 6.
I'm just excited for Cody. No, I'm not yet at 6.
Oh.
Cody got a new level then, right?
Yeah.
Or Aisling. Aisling got it.
Well, yeah.
And me.
And Cody. Cody, you leveled up. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
50? Okay. 450.
And your thing is the benefits happen after a long rest, right?
Or short, or after the next session, whichever comes first.
Okay. So I'll just wait to put them in until the end.
Yep.
1,000 more. A little over. Or a little under 1,000.
You're so close. You're so close, Milo. And I feel like Olena must be very close.
250.
You might get
Playing
there.
music? Question mark. Yes. I'm watching Milo vaguely as I told him that he should go and talk to Ernie. So just making sure he's not getting attacked or anything.
I'm right here.
Oh my God! You're so short. I lost you.
Oh yeah, I talked to Ernie. He said he'd do a yes if we did him a favor, maybe if we showed good insight into either betting on the winner of the joke off or actually winning the joke off ourselves. So I hope we win the joke off, I guess. He also said he'd pay us if we went back and cleared out all those little keg monsters, and so that might be something to look into. Yeah. You're all up to speed. There you go.
Did he tell us we have to clear up the keg monsters and like bring him proof tonight?
Yeah.
I can't do that. I mean, I can, but I will not be as helpful.
You're out of rages, aren't you?
Yeah, I'd really like a long rest.
Yeah.
So I guess we just have to either win the joke off or bet on the right people. Oh, so I guess we just have to win the joke off or bet on the right people.
Oh yeah, I think I'm just gonna put like a gold on every single contestant, and then there you go. Just kind of casting a wide net.
How many are competing per se? Do they have to qualify?
Well, I don't know.
Oksana leans over to you, Duck, and says, well, there's a list. And when I got here, only 2 people competing. But if you're a bard, maybe you sign up. Then there's 3.
What are the 2 people competing? Is Siri on that list? Have you seen Serenity Sky on that list?
Oh, I don't know this person. This is a friend of yours?
Yes.
I see someone named Mary and someone named Fatal. No Siri.
Oh, Fatal Ray! Yeah, that's exciting. I like her. She was very nice to us in the woods one time. Yeah, Duck, how funny are you?
Oh,
You
just
seem pretty smart.
hilarious.
So. Yeah, I would assume you're pretty funny. I have some jokes up my sleeve, but I don't really think it's enough to get people going. They're all wine related.
What if we put 2 people in? Does that make our odds better?
Oksana shrugs her shoulders and says, only bards allowed. Are you a
Oh,
bard?
never mind. I can't do it.
Oh.
No, I'm not a bard.
I'm a bard.
Yeah,
Oh, then-
Aisling is a bard.
Then Aisling, you join.
Yeah. Do they ask for identification?
I think so. I think there's a guild for bards.
Bard card.
Oh,
But yeah, bard card.
Oh, I just pull a piece of paper out and write bard on it. Bard card. Got it.
Alice, the host, Alice Trebek says, she's clearly inebriated at this point. All right, you funny Virlinians. Here's the last joke of the round in the matching round. The next celebrity from the city of Zadash that we're meeting is Professor Palmetta Chararkat. There's some light applause, not a lot of applause. So this very tall, partially elven woman. She's dressed in professorial robes. She has pointy eyes and pointy ears, and natural green hair. She looks great for somebody at least 150 years old. She waves at the crowd and says, "Good evening, y'all. D-Day, Dobro Vecher, Ni Hao, Guten Abend, whatever. I'm so glad you're here to Zadash. And if you're not doing anything, the University of Zadash is open. We're looking for new students. My name, again, is Professor Palmetta Chararkak. I'm from the Department of Kinesiology and Martial Arts. Our semester just started this week, and I'm so excited to see so many eager new students at the university, including some of you in the crowd tonight. Now, I like a good pun and a good rhyme and a good joke, so hopefully my answer will be as funny as an old pickle stomp. Alice, what's the joke? Alice says, "Okay, well, here's the last joke before we get to the main event. Afu the butcher is also a great musician. But when she plays violin, instead of a bow, she uses a blade. Afua the butcher is also a great musician. And when she plays violin, instead of a bow, she uses a blade. And
A femur.
Alice downs another shot of alcohol.
Steak knife? Femur?
A humorous.
Oh, I like that. Do you think she's killing people as a butcher? So she'd be the humorous?
I think animals have them as well.
Humori?
Maybe.
I don't really know enough about animals to really make a sound judgment on that.
Maybe
Oh.
like a cleaver or something, like a butcher cleaver. I don't know. Wouldn't work too well on the strings, I suppose.
I just don't really understand how these jokes are funny. Maybe I'm too stupid.
You just
Okay.
haven't had enough to drink, my friend. Like the more you drink, the funnier they get.
There you go. Well,
Maybe she uses an udder.
you're really still stuck on that cow one.
Well, she's a butcher.
These two, they're all related somehow. Music, cows, tickling. Yeah, let's go with the humorous.
So Elena writes humorous on the piece of paper.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that.
Humorous? Humorous? I don't know.
I think it's a humorous or humorous. Good idea.
Oh, Humerus. Yeah, you're right.
Ah.
Humorous.
It
Not
looks
humorous
wrong.
is funny.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Everything's fine.
I'm a bard, not a speller.
Is this the professor? Or is that just
Where are
somebody?
you
Or
pointing?
is
Yes,
that
that's the
Milo?
professor. That's the professor, Palmetta. Yes.
This
Oh.
one, right?
The one
Yeah.
on stage.
Next to on stage and standing next to Alice.
Oh, okay.
Alice reads her card again. All right, Professor Palmetta, Chararkak, tell us. Let's get this over with. Afua the butcher is also a great musician, and when she plays the violin instead of a bow, she uses a blade. The professor says, "I think I got it. I think I got it. Afua the butcher is a great musician, and when she plays the violin instead of a bow, she uses a bone. Get it? Because it's a bone. She's a butcher.
Good one noise from the crowd.
Success! Success! Aha!
Get it?
I win!
Professors have a sense of humor too." And she looks around nervously, and only one table got it right. It was Milo and the Goldfoot. So your piece of paper starts to light green, and one of the little kids brings over another round of barbarian Strysands for the whole table. And Oksana starts to down her beer in a few mighty gulps. She's getting kind of wasted. The crowd is applauding you, by the way. You're the only one to get that one right.
It's
Milo
all
did.
because of Duck.
Yes, we'll be here. We'll be here all night.
We can't be
Just
wrong.
wait to tell our jokes.
Milo just asks Oksana, so how long have you been in the Coil of Mayhem?
King.
Oksana looks at you, kind of like, and puts her beer down and says, "What do you mean? What do you mean? You're
I don't
funny.
know. You
You're
just
funny."
spoke so highly of him. I assumed you were affiliated in some sort of way.
Oh, I'm Oksana. I have friends.
You have friends in the Coil?
Duh.
Isn't it beneficial to have friends in all places, at all
Exactly.
levels, and in all involvement?
I have friends in high places and low places. I'm like that bard. Yeah, I'm like that bard.
Yeah, I suppose. I have some friends in the Coil
Brooks.
myself. I'm actually trying to meet up with one here. Do you know where Gilmore is?
Can you make a persuasion check, please, Milo? Oksana is looking kind of confused and kind of flustered.
15 altogether.
15. I don't know this person, Gilmore. Who is he?
Does that name ring a bell for Duck?
It does not.
Okay.
You're in the Coil and you don't know Gilmore? Oh, okay, all right.
No, I have friends in Coil. Oksana does not say she's in it.
Some people are just lower level than we are.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Aisling. All right. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, we're pretty high up there, so.
Who is this Gilmore that you are looking to seek out? Is it someone else that you're trying to get a yes from?
Just a friend.
But you don't know where they are?
We were supposed to meet up here.
Are they dead?
Maybe.
One could hope. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah, we've kind of been looking all over, so just a step behind, it seems. Everywhere we go, they were just there, so.
Oh. Is your friend in Coil of Mayhem?
And you know what?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah, he's a member of something. I can't tell you exactly what.
I'm pretty sure I can perceive what. Would you like me to ask my contact?
Oh, that'd be
It'd be
swell.
helpful.
We've been looking for him since we got in Zadash yesterday.
He's been really hard to catch. It's kind of annoying at this point.
He's like one who got away.
Yeah.
Ooh, in a way.
Got away like cheese. Get it? Never mind.
Oh,
Here,
that's
Oksana,
funny.
have a beer.
I had 6 beer already tonight.
No, you've only had 5.
But I'm I just met you all, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's some negative energy coming off of a couple of you, and it comes to this Gilmore person. Like, are you going to do something to them? Like, should they be concerned? Do we need to give them warning, or are you friends? Are you foe? Like, you seem so tense.
Oh, well, that's because of kife, It's a very tense subject for us. We have personal connections. But no, I wouldn't call him a friend or a foe, more like just an acquaintance that we're looking to find.
Yeah, we could use some answers from them. Seen them around pretty much everywhere we've seen kife, so just looking to talk. They said they'd meet here. Again, I like trying to play off like we're meeting.
Oksana butts in and asks, "What your friend? What he look like?"
Tattoo
what's he
on the
wearing?
face. Look around. Elf, I'm pretty sure. Notes.
He floats.
Has like slippers on all the time, like they just got out of bed.
Young person or old?
What is age, Oksana?
Middle age? Like, I'm not really sure. I never asked.
An elf, like, could be anywhere from 100 to 500, and they'll still look 20.
Oh yeah, I couldn't tell you. If I had to guess, 70.
I think that's a terrible guess. But okay.
Oh, okay. Based on your description, I will ask contact.
Okay, well, I appreciate that.
Olena, I give you information at the fight if you dare to join.
That sounds perfect, Oksana. Thank you.
And friends, I'm still confused. Are we trying to end it or regulate it, or
We haven't
are you
really
trying to
decided
take
yet.
over as the purveyors of it per se?
That would be
Like,
fun.
You seem very aggressively all about like finding the source and taking it over. Like, are you actually the Coil of Mayhem?
You can make an insight check if you want, Doc.
No,
Okay.
that's my response.
No.
Fucking insight. Like,
12.
Olena seems pretty honest.
I'm being honest. We're literally not the Coil of Mayhem.
We are the faceless men.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't really think about the regulation of the trade until you brought it up. Before that, I was trying to stop it completely. But now you've brought up regulation of trade, I think that's a great idea, if it's possible. It's
I
just
don't
a
know
bit
if
more
you-
complicated for me to grasp as like,
I don't know if you've heard that when you try to completely remove things from a civilization, they tend to revolt and push back, and it becomes even more of an issue. And instead, how about you just focus on like taking care of those that
The war on
are
kife.
in need of it, and maybe even finding if there's some sort of benefits to it. I mean, so much can be learned if we just learn to be open-minded to different things. We're so extreme in decision making. We're so one way or the other. It's their turn or my turn, or it's their cause or my cause, or they're right or I'm right, and there's no in between. And just chill.
You're clearly very passionate about this. What is your relationship with kife and the coin?
I mean, if it's there, sometimes you dabble, sometimes you don't. Like, it's someone likes to party, you party. But I'm fine.
Milo's
want some
vein is
right
bursting
now?
out of his forehead.
So we can get you some if you want.
Okay, so once again, are you the purveyors of it? Because this is very confusing.
Listen, we're just as confused as you are. Let me tell you. No, we are not the purveyors. We have some for evidence of the trade in other areas, but we are not the purveyors of it. Aisling, no.
Oksana leans over to you, Doc, and says, "Sometime I think Olena acts like police or something. She wants
First of all,
to do
no,
good."
fuck cops. Second of all, yeah.
Well, we were sort of dragged into this whole thing, you know?
Exactly.
It kind of affected my family firsthand, at least. I disagree with you. I don't think it has any place in this civilization. I made a promise that I would get it off the streets, and I intend to keep it. And that's all you need to know.
You seem very adamant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I keep my promises.
Does it still?
All of them?
Most of them. Oh, all of them.
Oh.
So far,
Oh.
at least.
Doc, what will you do with this? You join them, or do you sit here drinking?
I'm honestly intrigued at this point. Like, just to have such conviction and drive to do
That's
a
us.
singular-minded thing with
So much
with
drive.
no openness to other ideas or consideration. Like, I'm absolutely curious as to why.
Would you like to study us as a professor? You work at
Could I?
the university, right?
I've been looking for a subject for a story.
Oh. Well, you found a good one, I suppose.
Yes, like there's so much to unpack here, so much to pull apart and to figure out. There's levels and layers. It's like an onion.
Yeah. Yeah, everywhere we've gone, really, with kife, someone's dead. Some life gets ruined.
There
So,
were a lot of dead bodies in that last town, you're right. It was kind of awful.
yeah, we, I don't know.
Were they dead when you got there, or were they dead when you left there?
All of the above. They were dead, and then they got murdered, and then it was a whole thing. It was the church's doing, actually, which is unsurprising.
I mean, if you would have me, I would love to observe and to.
Do you have a resume?
I will minor illusion a very elaborately beautiful resume, just pure. You know, my picture's right there in the corner. It sparkles, it glitters, it smells
Microsoft
faintly
Publisher.
like roses and smoky tobacco.
Very nice. Okay, yeah,
And
you're
bar
short
card.
enough.
Bar card and
bar
resume.
card. There you go. So that's you are. Does Duck have a last name?
Duck does not have a last name.
Duck LSP
Duck.
or Duck. Your PhD, PhB,
PhD candidate.
PhD candidate. There you go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you want to tag along, as long as you promise, not to interfere in perhaps the conviction that we have, our minds may be changed over time, but, if we are subjects, you are not going to try and force our hand one way or the other.
That sounds like way too much work.
I agree.
Why force a hand? But for this to work, yeah, I have to be able to see it all and to ask questions as well. Like I have to understand what might be driving you to make sure I get you onto paper correctly. I would not want to misrepresent you. So then once again, this has me asking questions of like, is it the kife that's killing people, or is it you that's killing people and blaming it on Kife because
Okay, so we don't go out with the intention of murder, but oftentimes we encounter scenarios in which we are trying to we're getting murdered and we have to murder somebody else back. Oftentimes it's like gremlins or things made of wood and mechanics or large monsters in caves, things of that nature. Would you consider yourself an adventurer?
I mean, I've always wanted to be.
What do you think are your greatest weaknesses? You don't have to answer that.
I'm sorry. Weaknesses. Those don't exist. Like it's just you haven't figured out your strengths yet. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Like why do there have to be weaknesses? There's just unlearned talent is really what I think it is.
Anyway, sure. If you want to come along, you can come. Don't have
Oh,
to. We've lost several friends in the past several weeks, and I'm a little bit distraught about it, but I haven't had time to process yet, so I'll take anybody who can speak, basically. It seems nice.
Aisling is just shaking their head and tucking a piece of paper back in their pocket. Just kind of mumbling like, I thought we were using an application system, but apparently not.
Aisling, you didn't apply.
No, but we talked about last time because we really need to vet people because they keep leaving, and we need to make sure that they actually are serious about this.
You're right, Aisling. What kind of questions do you think we should ask?
You've
One moment, please.
You've already extended an offer.
I take it all back. Doc, one moment, please.
Maybe we just have them sign a non-compete or something, and just.
It's at this moment that Grant walks over to the table, and he's eyeing Milo and Olena in particular, and he says, "Hey, you two, croutons, right?"
Yeah, formerly known.
Virlinian Vanguard now. Yeah, because Croutons was too confusing.
New name, Vanguard.
Virlinian Vanguard. Or Vanguard for short. Yeah, that's nice.
Siri said she's gonna be, I guess, practicing tonight for this event, but the final event is about to happen. So if Siri doesn't get here now, I don't know. Are one of you gonna compete instead?
I'll say, oh, what do you mean Siri is here? And I'll point to Aisling and then just wink at the person. Because Aisling's gonna go.
Grant says, I've known Siri for months now, and this red-headed person is not Siri.
Oh yeah, well we've thought that Siri would be here, but have no idea where they're at. So I suppose Aisling's gonna just take their spot in the joke off.
Oh, is that right?
Unless Siri pops up any minute now.
Aisling, is it? My name's Grant. I work at the Little Head. Nice to meet you.
Grant, you lovely specimen, you.
Well, if you're gonna compete tonight, best get ready. You are a bard, right? You have the bard card?
Yeah, and I'll
minor
illusion,
bard card.
Minor illusion? What is it? Perception to tell if it's real or not?
Yeah, I think so.
Perception check?
Intelligence, investigation check.
Investigation check. All right, Bard, get on the stage. And he looks at you, Aisling. Go for it. So at this point, you notice that there are two others on the stage. Fatal Ray, who you've met very recently, and a green-skinned kobold who has carrying a musical instrument in one hand, has deep yellow-set eyes, and she just kind of looks like you can't tell their gender yet, but they're kind of just grinning at the whole crowd and nodding slowly. So it looks like there's only two competitors at the moment.
Look, did you also want to compete? I wasn't sure if you had actually agreed to that or not.
Oh no, I could, but if you all have your friend, I'm more than happy to bless and encourage them for greater success and to give them a gander.
Oh.
Aisling, are you okay with this? I don't want to force you into doing things you don't want to do, Bard.
Do trust me, and do we want it to be funny, or do we want to achieve something while we do this?
Oh, just win. No pressure. Just gotta win.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
I'm nervous.
I'm gonna assume that there's we've been drinking, so there's an empty shot glass on the table.
Yes.
Those little boys have not been cleaning, they've just been bringing. Standard
Yes.
Southern Virginia restaurant where they just keep the glasses on your table. I'm going to take one and I'm going to pull out from my pockets a little of my own brew. I'm going to pour it in and say, just for the nerves, Grant. Wish me luck. And I'll slam it on the table and throw it back. And I'm going to take my filter of mirth.
Okay. This gives you charisma bonus, correct?
Yeah.
Alice Trebek, the host on the stage, says, all right, you funny Virlinians. She's wiping her face. It's almost time for our night's final confrontation of hilarity and satire, where the region's best bards, or the soberest bards, go at it in a championship full of wit and shitty insults. It's the main event at the Zadaxi Jogoff, the mockery of the bards. So far, and she waves her hand at the other people on the stage, this year we only have 2 competitors. Dr. Beans decided not to come back, so instead we have Rachel and the half-orc chef with green skin is kind of bowing and smiling. She looks really happy and excited to be here. And Alice points to the other person, and Mary Yuri. And this kobold person steps forward. Again, they've got an instrument over their back. They're just kind of rubbing their hands and smiling at the whole group. They got slightly pointy ears and dark rings on the bottom of their eyes. So Alice addresses the crowd. If you're deciding to go up against these 2 when we call your name, please step to the front and prepare to mock each other mercilessly in this delightful duel. And don't you worry, we have a table with potions of healing nearby, so that whoever can't last to the end of the night, kind of like my ex, will be revived after the duel. And if you win, what's that prize? And the whole crowd yells back at Alice, gold coins. Alice nods. Yes, that's right. A big pile of gold. We counted it before. Ernie Tortellini counted it again. There's precious metals and gems. There might even be a magic item or 2 in there. So if you win, I guess you should take a guard home with you tonight. And she looks over at Grant, and Grant looks back at Alice and kind of waves. So Alice is nervous. Alice is kind of like nervously laughing. So so before we get started, if anybody else wants to place a bet or compete, go see Mr. Grant over there. He's moonlighting from the other underground bar. So good to see this person above ground. We'll get started in about a minute.
He's really pale.
So Grant's kind of walking around, taking last few bets from folks. Looks like Aisling has walked up to the stage.
Before Aisling leaves, I'm gonna say, all right, friend, don't foul this up, and I'll give him a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
We have a bard on our side.
I'm not a bard. I mean a bird.
Huh.
Oh, you're a bird. Foul. Got it.
Foul
This is
up.
gonna go really well.
Oksana
We bet
is,
on Aisling?
Yeah. So Oksana's asking if you're betting on anybody.
Yeah, I'm going to bet on Aisling. I'm going to bet. How much are we betting?
All of it.
No. Absolutely.
All in.
What are the odds here, Grant? Who's the crowd favorite this year?
I would say the odds-on favorite is the one with the musical instrument. They're clearly more experienced as a bard. Your friend with the wings doesn't look prepared at all. And Facial has a few jokes here and there, but mostly she makes things about food. I don't know if that's going to hit this crowd.
My man.
Are you? Good luck. I think those are long odds.
Don't even think about it. Great.
How much did you bet?
100 gold.
100?
I'll do 100 too.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Don't lose
I will
money.
do 5.
Okay.
Very nice. That's all you need to do. We're just swimming in it and we don't know what to do. You could buy things, I guess.
Oksana says, oh, I will also bet on your friend Aisling. She bets 40 gold, and the triplets are kind of going to the tables and collecting money and writing down people's bets. So Alice then turns to the crowd and says, all right. Is everybody ready for the mockery of the bards? And the crowd roars, and everybody's applauding, everybody's cheering. We have our 3 contestants this year hailing from, where are you from, by the way? And Mary Yeri, Mary, the kobold, just kind of grins, and she says, I'm from up north. Here we have our first contestant tonight, Mary Yeri. There's very little applause from the crowd. She seems to be someone that the crowd doesn't know. We have somebody who is probably a long shot, but you never know. What's your name again? And Alice looks over at you, Aisling.
Aisling.
Aisling. And Oksana is like hooting and fist pumping.
Yeah! You look great.
And our last competitor is probably going to win, if you ask me, is our favorite home cook and chef, Fachel Ray. And everybody, most of the crowd is cheering and hollering, go Fachel, go Fachel. Everybody's kind of supporting Fachel. And Fachel kind of like does finger guns at the crowd. She's like, this is going to be yummo.
Oh. Yeah, it's a really good impression, actually, though, and I'm disappointed.
All right, who's up first? Says Alice, and Fachel says, I got one for the redhead over there. Hey, redhead. Guess what? My cantrips last longer than your relationships.
Oh, I think
Yumbo.
crush that.
The crowd's actually loving it. People are cheering for Rachel. Do you have a response to that, Aisling?
Yes, and this is the elf talking to me.
She's a half orc, actually. She's standing a good 2 feet taller than you. She's wearing a kind of a white smock, and she's got crumbs from the baked goods she was selling earlier.
You're so funny. Do you know the differences between you and a trampoline? I take my boots off before I jump on a trampoline.
Hey! Woohoo!
So, your friends are rooting for you. Not many people in the crowd are rooting for you. I need you to also make a wisdom save, Aisling.
11.
You're gonna take 4 points of psychic damage from Fachel's joke. You're kind of stunned by this, and Alice turns to you and whispers, "Don't worry, we have healing. Just hold your ground, tell your jokes. Maybe you get the crowd behind you."
Who is the one that's favored to win?
Fachel, the one who just joked against Aisling.
I would like to underneath the table, hex them and give them disadvantage on performance.
Disadvantage on performance? Okay.
Yep.
Did they get to make a save?
Nope. They just get disadvantage on one type of ability check with the chosen ability. So I'm gonna give them disadvantage with charisma.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alice turns to Mary and says, okay, Kobold, what you got? Mary turns to Fachel and says, hi, Fachel. Does somebody call an exterminator? Because I need someone to murder those 2 giant caterpillars on your face. Oh, wait, those are just your horrible eyebrows. Zing!
It wasn't good, but it was funny.
Prestidigitation. But
She actually gets all of Ernie Tortellini's table to bust out laughing, and lots of other tables notice this, and then they start laughing too. So the crowd is kind of rooting for Mary at this point. Alice turns to you, Aisling, and says, "You get first call. Who's your opponent this round?"
I'll look at Facial. Facial. Oh no, I lost it.
Oh, just as I thought. Nobody laughed. Ha 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 ha. Facial gotcha.
You want to talk about relationships, Facial? Why did your halfling boyfriend stop dating you?
I don't know why.
Because you're too high maintenance, you tall, ugly piece of shit.
So you get
Again,
your friends
not good,
to
but
laugh,
funny.
and the three triplet boys are putting their hands over their ears, and they're saying out loud, "I think we need an adult. I think we need an adult." And they're kind of running away from the stage at this point. Facial turns back to you, Aisling, and says, "Words can't describe how good you are as a bard, because you're not good at all."
Boo!
Oh. So
Correct.
yeah, your friends are booing, but Ernie Tortellini's table once again is busting out laughing at this, and you see the corner of the room where some of the folks from Lashna are. They're also laughing quite heavily. Mary jumps in and directs her insult at you, Aisling. Mary says, "Oh, we all want to know what you did with the money. You know, the money for bard lessons, because you're clearly no good at it." Zing. Could you make a wisdom save, please, Aisling?
Yeah, I was saying with Facial, it's whenever if any sort of charisma ability check she does, because I'm assuming she's performing, she does all of that at disadvantage.
Disadvantage, okay.
That's a 22.
Okay, so you pass, take no damage. The crowd is kind of like, the crowd seems to continue to support Facial, but you also notice the crowd is supporting Mary a little bit. Alice then turns to Mary, the kobold, and says, "All right, you get to go first." Mary then turns her attention to Facial. "It's called bardic inspiration, not bardic perspiration. P.U., you smell." And Facial looks shocked by this. She's very upset. And Facial actually takes a little bit of damage. Aisling, you get to go next.
Mary, just a quick question. Is your ass jealous of the amount of shit that comes out of your mouth?
So your friends are laughing, and the crowd is actually starting to get behind you, Aisling. You're getting a lot of laughter, particularly from Ernie Tortellini's table, and they're kind of pointing at you now. Alice is smiling and turns her attention back to Facial. "All right, Facial, you get to go next." Facial, who's clearly a little stunned by some of the words coming out of you, turns to you, Aisling, and says, "Can you cast blindness on me? That's the only way I can avoid your face." Facial gotcha.
I'll just vogue around my face because it's pretty.
So even though that was a disadvantage, I need you to make a wisdom save, Aisling.
Did you give me bardic? And it's a 6.
6, okay.
Are you rolling for the? I'm confused as to what's. Sorry.
Yes, I'm rolling wisdom saves.
But at disadvantage?
No.
No.
Oh.
That's a 17.
Okay, so you make it.
I didn't realize magic was going to be involved. I have magic of my own.
Mary turns to you and says, "All right, I got one. I got one for you. You red-headed person."
How much ginger hate?
That's a beautiful natural hair color you got. Oh wait, that makes us both liars. The crowd's kind of into it. The crowd is kind of supporting Mary in that joke she made against you. I need you to make another wisdom save, Aisling.
17.
Okay, you make it. At this point, Oksana is kind of passing out at the table. She has had quite a lot to drink, and she's momentarily like waking up and like looking very disoriented. Where am I? Where am I?
I could cure wounds, I guess. I'll be like, "You got this! Woo!" Cure wounds.
Cure wounds on Aisling.
Aisling, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fine.
Oh, healing word?
Oh, I gave you. No. Oh, yeah. I'd have to be close and touch you.
Aisling says they're fine. Do you
Okay.
not need the spell right now?
Never mind then. Disregard that roll.
Alice
No, I
turns
don't
to you, Aisling,
hurt
and
much.
says, "Okay, your turn."
I'll turn. Sorry, Mary is a professor.
No, Mary is a kobold bard with a green skin and yellow eyes. Now that you're
Oh.
standing so close to her, you notice she's wearing a harmonica around her neck and a fancy gold-plated belt, clearly not made by kobold hands. And she's also wearing a funny green fedora on the top of her head.
I'll look out to the crowd. Just say, I know we were in the university district, and there's a lot of smart people here. So I just wanted to plea to you professors and you smart types, continue giving your support to this. And I'll look at Mary up and down and be like, I mean, you're green, so you must be bacteria, because that's the only culture some people have.
That's a great one.
Yeah, Professor Palmetta, who is the green-haired elf, is kind of smiling at you, Aisling. And the crowd is getting kind of into it. Could you make a performance check as well as you say that?
17.
Ernie Tortellini's table is saying, "Go on, Bard!" And he's shouting in your direction, Aisling.
Oh, Tortellini, vote yes.
Alice turns back to Mary and says, "All right, you go first this round." Mary turns to you, Aisling, and says, "Hit you once, I'm going to hit you again. Words can't describe how good you are as a bard, but numbers can. 2 out of 10.
No one likes math.
The bacteria was better.
I'm not a bard.
No.
Actually, Mary gets a few boos from the crowd, including from Ernie Tortellini's table, and she's looking a little embarrassed at this moment. Fachel then goes next, and Fachel says, "Oh, that's not fair. That's not fair, making fun of this dragon with a scaly face and gangly body who's clearly terrifying the whole crowd." and
Jesus.
you make a wisdom save, please. Oh wait, that's a disadvantage.
Me?
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. 20.
So you're good. Yeah, no damage. The crowd is getting a little bit behind Fachel again. They seem to like that joke. It's your turn. Alice turns to you and says, "Do you have a response to that? Are you going to fight back?"
One thing that I learned in Bard College is, one, that I'm not a bard, I'm the bard. And two, is to sometimes you need to get your audience in on the jokes. And I'll kind of just look out and say, I don't see her here anymore, but you all know who I'm talking about. Do you know why Lady Cannelloni and her husband aren't really doing so well anymore? Well, it's because, when she said, "I look fat, can you give me a compliment?" He said, "Your eyesight is perfect."
What? The crowd doesn't know how to respond to that. You
I
get a
look
couple.
fat. Can you give me a compliment? Your eyesight is good.
Mm-hmm. She said I look fat. Give me a compliment. He said, "Yeah, your eyesight's perfect."
That's not
Aislinn, you're getting a very mixed response from the crowd, and Alice whispers to you, "No, not that kind of joke."
Oh, don't worry. It gets worse.
Okay. Next round. I think you're first to act, actually, next round. Alice turns to you and says, all right, Bard. Go for it. You're first this time.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you. You with the awful breath.
Girl, you're drunk. Shut up. Again, I'll look out toward the crowd, but I'll kind of linger on Tortellini, and I'll say, and again, giving them a break because look at them, they're busted. What do you call a town that lets a drug overrun them and you don't control the trade and you just let it kill families and be awful? You call it a town that's run by people that don't vote yes on a task force to control it.
Turn it back! Turn it
Could you make a performance check with advantage, actually, Aislinn? You clearly are getting the attention of Tiziano and the professor and Ernie Tortellini.
Oh, you fucker. It went from a 17 to a 3, so that's just a 5.
No, at advantage, so you take the 17.
That was at advantage.
It was a 2.
Oh my god. That's okay.
So the total is 3? 5. Oh my. Even though Aislinn, you notice that several of the more prominent folks in Zadaxi kind of grinned at that, you can tell that they're waiting for more before they give you their full support. Mary turns to you and says, "We should all forgive you. It's not your fault. All your cousins married each other for generations and generations and generations, and you were the result."
No, I made
Back on
the
the
cousin
incest?
joke. You can't take the cousin joke from the person that made the cousin joke. What Bard college did you go to?
In fact,
community college?
there's very few people that laugh at Mary's joke.
Plagiarism! Plagiarism! There's no call for plagiarism. Anti-plagiarism.
She's
Professor
stealing
Palmetto,
jokes.
what are you going to do about this?
She's stealing jokes.
Rachel turns to you and says, Bard, you're going to make the whole crowd fall asleep before the big ticket dinner that's me. You're nothing but a mere hors d'oeuvre.
Maybe a hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, shake it.
Yeah.
The crowd is actually not laughing at Rachel's joke. She looks quite disappointed. Alice says, "Come on, Bards, you got to do better than this. You got to do better than this. Hit them where it really counts."
Can I call out feigning just pure, indignance? No, that's not a word. What the word is it? Just anger at, was it Mary that plagiarized that joke?
Mm-hmm.
And say, no, this is not fair. You cannot plagiarize jokes. This is incorrect, and I believe you should concede. And before I say concede, I'm going to cast command and command.
Oh. Is there a save? Wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
13.
That's my save.
So she makes it?
Yeah, she makes it.
Whew. She looks over at you and says, "What is this? Helping from the crowd? Do you need help, Bard? Because you can't do it by yourself."
You need to not plagiarize jokes.
Yeah, cheater.
Mary actually goes first this round, and she turns to Fachel and says, "Oh, Fachel Ray. There's someone out there for everyone, and for you, it's an exorcist because you're a demon."
Okay, that was funny.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Aislinn will also laugh.
Okay. The crowd is getting behind Mary a little bit on that joke, but not a huge amount. And Rachel's going to take some damage. Aislinn, you're next.
Well, we'll give the audience a rest now. There's some people here that need to think about future decisions. And I'll look at Fachel and be like, Dear Fachel, I know you're a studier of stories and lore, and you know all of the famous quotes like, you know, 2 wrongs don't make a right, right? No, they don't. Look at your parents, for example. 2 wrongs definitely don't make a right.
Oh, wait, is that because I'm half orc? That's racist. And she, the crowd is kind of giving a mixed response. Only one person is clapping.
You were literally racist like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. In response, Facial says to you, has anyone compared you to chocolate milk? Because you both give us diarrhea.
Boo!
Cricket noise, cricket noise.
Cricket noise. Boof. Cricket noise.
So Ernie's table started to laugh, and after the cricket noise goes off, they're kind of like dying down in their response.
Who said that one?
Facial said that to you.
Oksana, did you hear that? Facial hates dairy.
Oksana wakes up from her drunken slumber and says, fight! Fight her! Fight her! Alice whispers to all 3 bards on stage, is it time for the daggers, or do you still have any jokes? Any good jokes? Facial says, I got a few more. Mary also says, I think I got a few more.
Sure, I like daggers and jokes.
Facial steps forward and says to you, Aisling, Oh, Bard, it's time you gave something back to the chicken community, because clearly you were raised on a barn. Caw! I was speaking your language. That means shut up.
Chicken noises. Don't do it.
The crowd is actually getting really behind Facial, and they're starting to chant Facial. Aisling, your next act.
She's terrible.
I will. She did mention daggers, and I don't know what that means. And I have been getting injured once. I'll kind of flourish a bow and step back some. Like, all of this battle with you all has just been so enlightening. And normally I don't do mental combat with the unarmed, but Facial, you are making me very, very, and I'll break out my thorn whip and say, thorny, and like, just try to strike her with my thorn whip, since I don't have damage like they do.
Is this an attack roll?
Yep.
Okay, go for it. Oh boy.
23 to hit.
23 to hit. You roll for damage, please.
Ooh. It's a very good thing that I did not take a long rest, because my damage would have gone up by another d6. But instead, it's just 6 damage.
6 damage. Facial recoils as you strike her with the whip, and she's kind of in a daze. She did not expect it, clearly, and now she's like bleeding from where you struck her in her lower leg. She looks around in the room and looks at Alice, and she's also bleeding from her lip, and she says, cheating! Daggers don't come out till later. And she uses the rest of her turn to disengage, actually, and she's running towards the front door.
That wasn't a dagger, it was a whip.
Mary says, don't worry, sis, I got this. And Mary is casting Vicious Mockery on you. She is going to say, don't worry, sis, I got this one. Hey, Bard, I can't wait to beat you at this game like I would beat a 20-year-old mattress. Because you're full of dirt and you smell like butt.
You guys need to hire like a real comedian or something.
Oh.
That's Elena's voice now.
That's Elena? Okay. The crowd is actually not behind her. Alice sees that you have a thorn whip, and Alice is like, okay, I guess it's time. And the crowd is kind of cheering for you, Aisling. So, Aisling, you're next to act.
Alice, time for what?
Dabber.
We're still doing jokes, right? And I'll look at Mary and just be like, Mary, you're so ugly. That when you got dropped off at school, your mom got a fine for littering.
Oh, no. Can you roll a performance check at advantage this time? You got Ernie a little bit.
20.
20. Ernie's table erupts in laughter, and they're starting to point at you and clap your name. I'm sorry. They're starting to point at you and chant your name. Aisling, Aisling.
Aisling, Aisling, Aisling.
I'll chant my own name.
Fatal is going to dash as her action. Navigate amongst all these people. She's almost at the front door. She's not saying a word. Mary is going to look over at you and says, Aisling, when you die, all your loved ones will miss you. And by your loved ones, I mean your assortment of sad musical instruments.
Yes.
Yeah, the crowd is not responding very positively. And they're waiting for you, Aisling, to do something because it's your turn.
Get her, Aisling.
Fatal, where are you going? The last thing I wanted to do was hurt you, but it's still on the list.
Aisling.
She shouts back at you. Oh, Fard, your face is so ugly. You make onions cry. Your face is so ugly. You turn undead.
Double boo.
Your face is so ugly.
It's a cleric's job. Yeah.
Your face is so ugly.
So weak that I only took 4 points of damage one time.
Yeah.
Alice moves forward and whispers at you, Aisling. Do you have a dagger or not? You good with just a whip?
Dagger, mace, what's the difference?
Okay. And she uses the rest of her turn to back up. It's your turn again, Aisling.
Take her out at the knees.
Are we
Mary
daggers?
looks over at you and says, she's like shocked that you would say that. And are you all turning against me, Mary?
Aisling,
Mary, quite uncontrary. Your family tree must be a cactus because everyone on it is a prick.
That was good.
You make a performance check, please, at advantage.
9.
Okay. You get some light clapping from the crowd, but not the same kind of chanting that Ernie's table was giving you earlier. Fatal uses the rest of her turn to escape, and she gives you the finger as she disappears from the pub.
Damn.
Fatal, wait, before you leave, I can do that too. Roses are red, violets are blue. I've got 5 fingers. The middle one's for you.
Mary turns over to you and says, words can't describe how good you are as a bard. But how about noises? Woof! And she whips out a dagger from hidden within her leather boots, and she tries to stab you with it. Oh, that is a 7. I think that's going to miss.
Yes, that will miss.
Yeah. Aisling, it's your turn to act. The crowd is starting to chant your name, Aisling. You don't have everybody on your side, but the crowd is starting to support you.
Mary, who brings a dagger to a claw fight? And I'll just bring out my nice drippy fairy nails and kind of just scowl at her, and I'll swipe back.
Go for it. Make an attack roll.
Oh, yeah. 11.
11's not enough. She kind of she's dismayed that she wasn't able to strike you with her dagger, and she tries to stick it into your side. As she does that, she shouts at you, "Oh, with your awful breath, we all know your true destiny is hoarding gold and living in a cave the rest of your life." That is a 19 to hit.
Like a troll or a dragon? Where are
You're
you
both. You have the brain of both.
Sure.
It's 19 to hit.
Yeah. I'm a baby.
I'm a baby.
It's gonna be 4 points. 4 points of piercing damage. 26 now.
You all look over and Duck
I'm at 22.
somewhere has a pack of popcorn. It's like, I love physical comedy.
The crowd is starting to favor you, Aisling, at this point. Ernie is kind of moving out of his seat, trying to get a closer look. It's your turn to act.
Just look at her and say, Mary, I would love to see things from your point of view, but I can't get my head that far up your ass. I'll swipe her again.
Go for it. Oh my goodness.
17.
17 will hit.
No one told me I needed to bring daggers. So this is acid damage.
Okay.
Oh shit. That's 10.
10? You knock her out unconscious with the acid damage from your weapon.
Yeah!
The crowd erupts and they start chanting your name. Aisling, Aisling. Alice runs over to Mary's side and feeds her a healing potion to stabilize her. And Ernie steps forward and says, I think, Mighty Quill, tonight we have a winner. And Ernie walks over to you to grab your hand and raise your arm in victory. And the crowd goes wild.
I'll rebel a little bit, do a little spin, fly up a little bit, and then I'll take a bow. But while I'm bowing, I'll give Mary a cure wounds.
Oh, nice of you. Okay,
It's probably good.
that's very nice.
For 10 healing.
Damn.
10 healing. Oh, that's very nice. Mary looks over at you and says,
Take
That's
my
a good
acid
one.
back.
yeah, all the acid damage that you did. Mary looks over at you and says, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a really good one. But it's not over yet. She takes off her derby hat and throws it at you. It lands on your head, and I need you to make wisdom save.
Wisdom.
She's thrown this hat at you, and as she throws this hat at you, hot soup starts to fly out of it as she says the word minestrone.
Can I get up and rush over there?
Yeah.
And put my axe in front of Aisling just to like stop the soup?
Okay. Do you have enough movement?
I don't know. I have 45. No, 40. Sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, it's only 25 feet.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get to the stage from where you are. Actually, I can see it. I see the path.
It was a 13.
Okay, so
But I'll put
you're
my axe out in front to get the axe hot. Soup.
from the soup.
Yeah.
Okay, so some of the soup has splashed into your eyes, Aisling, and you are blinded for the next 2 rounds. She's going to use the rest of her turn. Yeah, Elena, she's going to move actually before you had a chance to go up there. She's going to use the rest of her turn to start to escape and move towards the front door.
Cheater! Cheater!
And she says, thanks for the healing.
Can she make a wisdom save for me?
Yes. That is a 19.
Okay, nope. That. Cheater!
Elena, do you want to complete your action now?
Mm-mm. I was just trying to stop the soup, but
Stop the soup. Okay. Milo, do you want to take an action?
I'll just stand in front of the door.
Front of the door? Okay. At this point, could all of you roll initiative, please? I'm going to put this in actual
God.
order now.
are we
Oh,
actually
wait.
fighting? Wait, what's happening?
I'm gonna kill this.
Maybe
That
not.
sounds funny.
Ooh, 17.
Somebody brought a whip to a dagger fight, so Milo 17, Elena 22,
I'm 12, but it won't let me.
Yeah,
12. Okay.
I'm 7. It won't let me add it.
All right, Elena, you're going to be first to act in this next full round. Ernie is backing up. He's disengaging, I guess. He's not fighting anybody, but he's just backing up from everybody saying, Aisling, as the winner, I need to give you the award, but take that kobold out before I hand this over to you. How about that?
Vote yes.
Which
Elena?
kobold? Where's the kobold?
She's
Mary.
right here in the middle of the wooden floor of the pub.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
Mary Barry, the nice judge.
I'll knock
There
her
you go.
out.
This is how we murder people.
I'm not gonna. No, I want to non-lethally hit her.
Non-lethally hit her. Okay, go for it.
Oh, I'm not raging. That's so sad. Oh,
Ah.
depressing. Oh, God, it's only a 19 to hit.
19. Take roll for damage, please.
God. 6 damage. Not a lot.
Okay, so she's hurt.
Oh, I have 2 attacks.
Uh-oh.
I'll hit
Okay.
her again.
I'll hit her again. Okay.
This time lethally.
No. Oh, same roll. 19. No, 19.
19. Okay.
10 points of damage. Non-lethal.
Non-lethal. Okay. So
Just trying to knock
after
her out.
You're trying to knock her out. Right after you knock her out, as a reaction, she's gonna touch a ring that she's wearing on her left hand, and she's kind of got a burning look in her eyes, and she's looking at you, and she's looking at Aisling. And now at this point, because you just hit her, she's looking at you, Elena.
Sure.
She says, "Was a good game, I guess, but it doesn't matter. The carousel is slowly taking over the arts district, and soon its magical power will descend upon University Village, and all the heifers in this room will be under the spell my brother's friend Gilmore has brought into this city. That's right. It's been my brother and I who have been bringing in gremlins
You're taking a really long time to say this. Can I hit her again?
from the Fey dimension. Your stupid Monsieur Malriday let us in so easily. And now that I've told you the whole plot, I'm gonna get the hell out of here."
Depends on how much health she has left. I
That
just meant her speech was very long, so I imagined somebody else would come and attack her.
yeah, I'll allow it. Who's next in the turn order?
Nobody can get there, probably.
Milo, what are you doing? I'll let Milo get an action
20.
before she concludes her speech.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And while she's ranting to Elena, I'm just going to punch her in the back.
Lethal!
Is it lethal, Milo?
No, I'll hit her in the back of the head with like the hilt of my sword, I guess. So I'm just going to roll.
So she's. I mean, because Elena's prior hit would have made her fully unconscious. We're gonna say that she's already unconscious by the time you get over there, Milo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she would have said what she had to say, but she's unconscious and lying on the floor.
Well, that's nice.
Grab.
Let's tie her up.
Yeah. Alice comes over and says, "Does she need a healing potion? What's going on?"
Not
No.
yet.
I'll just take the ring off that she was reaching for.
Okay.
Um,
Put it in your pocket or something.
Yeah, put it in my pocket and then start tying her up.
Okay. The crowd is starting to back up. They're a little. They get the sense that they're a little confused by all of this. And Ernie says, "Normally don't tie up the loser. I mean,
No,
kind of
you
like
should get everyone
adding-
home probably. Ernie, did you hear what she was saying?
Yeah, we have a problem in the arts district. Tiziano, what are we gonna do about this?" Tiziano stands up with his puppy and says, "We're gonna need to send the town's guard over. This sounds
Can you do it tomorrow morning?
very dangerous." Sounds
Oh,
like
yeah, it can wait for a long rest.
well, but for me, I'm gonna go tonight.
Well, if
And
you all
it's-
die, you all die.
Tiziano is gonna exit the pub with his puppy, and Ernie is going to look around the room, looking at you, Aisling, as the winner, to tell him what to do next.
Can I see him?
Yeah, he's standing right next to you.
Or am I still blind?
Oh, you're
Oh,
blind.
right.
That's right. You can
I
hear
assume-
him.
You
can hear him. You can smell his muskiness next to you. He's there. He's standing there. He's clearly been drinking this evening.
And this is to Diano. No.
This is Ernie Tortellini. He's a member of the town council and head of the Order of the Nin.
And he's. What does the winner usually do, Tortellini?
Winner usually takes the prize and celebrates with their friends the rest of the evening. He grabs your hand and says, "Can I put this? Can I give this to you?"
I don't know. Is it soup?
No. It's your reward, silly.
I'll grab it. Like I'll grab it and then I'll pull him in for a hug.
Okay,
Oh,
and
one arm.
he awkwardly hugs you and says, open it at home gear. There's something special inside for this year's winner. And you can hear that the bag he's given you is clinking with a lot of gold pieces.
I'll whisper in his ear and just say, we've held up our end of the bargain. We are the winners. If you don't vote yes, there's more than this that might come your way too. You just gotta push him off the stage.
So make an intimidation check, please, at disadvantage because you're blind. Go ahead and make the
What about
intimidation.
advantage because I just beat this woman? I'm kidding. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
He is blind and soup.
Yeah. It's hard to take a blinded, soup-covered person seriously.
13.
Ernie then grasps your hand and says, Aisling, deal is a deal. Milo and the Goldfoots won tonight, and you as well, and you now have my vote on the Kife Task Force.
Great.
Great.
Do you want some soup?
Looks like Milo, Olena are tying up the body of Mary. Duck, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sitting on top of I'm just sitting on the table, just eating popcorn.
Alice is kind of hovering near you, Olena, with 2 bottles of healing and saying, whenever the kobold is ready, I'm happy to heal her.
We'll handle it. Yeah, we also have some healing ability. So thank you. I really appreciate it. You did a wonderful job tonight. So great work, great event.
Oh my goodness.
Great event. I forgot again that Jesus Christ. Okay.
Elena, you really sound strange.
Yeah, it's almost like I am just regular Bostonian. Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Hello. It is me, Olena. She is Italian. Not actually Italian, she's Russian. But okay. Yeah, but great job.
Where do we collect our bets? Just
Yeah, great question. We
Yeah,
go to what's his face?
The redheaded boys triplets are running around the pub, giving out very few rewards to the people who bet, because very few people had bet on Aisling. So all of you who bet will receive 3 times the amount, because Aisling was not the favored projected winner. So if you bet 100, you get that back plus another 300 on top.
400?
Yeah. If you bet 5, you get 15. You get your 5 back plus 15 on top.
Heck yeah!
Oh,
And while this is all going on, I'm gonna minor illusion on those little boys, like shirts that say thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3.
They look down at themselves and they're all kind of like shrugging at whatever is happening in that moment. Yeah, nice t-shirts. Ernie looks over at you, Olena, and Milo and says, so what do we have here? What are we doing? You have my vote.
Ernie, yes, you have we have your vote. We'd like you to pay attention to the kife in this town. We think it's doing something quite terrible. You can see here evidence of that, I think. This woman is working with the Coil of Mayhem to influence this trade and to take over part of the city. I guess we have to address that carousel. Merry-go-round? What are they called?
Yeah. Do you need reinforcements?
Likely, yes. I really would like to wait until tomorrow morning, but we don't have to, I guess.
As a member of the town council, I think I need to go there tonight, but I'm there to support you tomorrow if you all need to take a rest.
Oh, yeah, Ernie, do you have anything that could, give us the benefits of a long rest, maybe keep us going through the night so we can go help you?
That sounds like a drug, Milo.
Not all drugs are bad.
Good one.
You mean something that would hasten your movement and thought process?
No, because that will give you exhaustion afterwards. I don't want that.
Or potentially, just, give us, say we had a limit to the spells we could cast in a day, if we could get those back, or,
If I could
Elena's
get
been doing a
really
great-
angry.
A great job of managing her emotions lately. She hasn't
Thank
gotten
you.
too angry, but you know,
I will-
performs a little better.
I will gather my guards. We will have a look tonight at what's going on, and hopefully we can clean up the carnage. But if not, we'll see you there tomorrow morning, and
We will.
you can help finish the job.
Oh, yeah.
He extends his hand out to you, Olena and Milo, and says, I don't speak for all of Zadash, but I speak for myself and the town council. Thank you very much.
Shake his hand and just tell him what we saw and what to look out for at the carnival.
Yes,
Thank you for your
we're
vote, sir.
anti-downer, pro-upper.
Oh, upper. Exactly.
Gotta keep the fight going, you know. It's
I guess I have to get rid of these wine jokes I had ready.
Use them. All right. This is a good place for us to take a break, and I'm going to
just
grant
still
everybody.
getting soup out of my eyes.
We can
Yeah,
save.
I'll come over and wipe your eyes off for you.
Do I have
We
the
can
hat
say-
though?
You can keep the hat. Yeah.
Another soup hat for the collection.
I'm going to give everybody 1,200 experience points for not only the battle, but for securing Ernie's vote. Yeah, that's 1,200, 1,200.
Wow.
That's level 6. I think. Let me double
So
check.
close
before
to
I get too
level-
excited.
Next level, dang it.
Just under, huh?
Whoops.
Oh, this is so exciting.
So when we pick up, we can imagine that the group has done a long rest. I think that's what you're saying is the move.
Mhm.
And then, so we'll say that you wake up in the Black Arms, and then go from there.
Okay.
Well done.
I don't know if you want to do this now or next time, but what's in the bag?
What's in the
I can tell you-
bag?
I can tell you what's in the bag now. Yeah. Inside the bag is 650 gold pieces. 650. And a music box. Polished red cedar box with a stylized pen nib cut out in a metal shape that kind of slots into the very top. It's a very, very nice, expensive box. And there's a card that goes with it that says, gratitude on behalf of the Order of the Nib, the best calligraphers guild, and all the Seven Sisters. It basically grants a charisma bonus by playing music from inside. So when you open the box, there's like a dancer figure that spins around in a circle, and it releases this kind of charming lullaby that grants everybody who can hear it within a 30-foot radius +1 charisma.
Nice.
It's like you can decide who wants to hold on to that and how to divide up the money. It's like everybody bet on Aisling, so everybody wins something. Well,
That'd be nice because I
You can
have a
take that money.
total of 7 gold pieces.
No, that's
to
your
my
money.
name.
You won. You take that money. You won. You take that money. It's your money. Don't do it.
I left all my money in the Fey realm when I got here,
Why would you do that?
but it's hard to travel across worlds without getting, you know what I do for a living. I tend to have a lot of bills on me, so
That is true. That is true.
What do you do?
I deal drugs.
And scene.
and we'll pick up on that next time. Wow, how is this group gonna get together?
Bath salts. We're gonna equate. No, we're not gonna do bath salts.
That's how we're gonna get
Bath
together.
salts are
We're gonna equate guys to bath salts. I don't know.
Oh
I
my
don't
goodness.
do
That was fun. Good jokes.
Yeah, wine
great
jokes.
joke.
Wine jokes are good. We'll bring on the wine jokes next time. We love it.
Okay.
Great work, everyone.
All right.
Thank you,
so-
Aisling,
good
for
work.
winning.
Oh, I gotta read up on everybody's new levels. I
I'm
read
at
up on
3
Elena's
excellence.
because you got really cool stuff coming.
I don't have. I have a
I
+2 to saving throw if someone's in 10 feet of me. So that's
That's
pretty-
helpful.
Yeah.
you get your aura.
Yeah.
I just got 3rd level spells, so there's nothing extra.
That's exciting. No.
My proficiency went up, and then I got spells, so I don't get another druid thing until 6th level.
You can bring me back to life if I die now, so that's good.
That's you. Okay, you think I'm gonna take that one?
Well, and spend 1,000 gold on the diamond for me. So yeah, I expect both those things to happen.
This party does have money now. A lot of money, I think.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I was gonna give some to Aisling, but now I'm the greedy side of me, which is me, is gonna keep it. But
That's usually Will's problem too.
it's like, oh, you just earned me all this money. Thanks.
Thanks,
Why do you think
bye.
they built the character they did that has an automatic bag of holding?